did some fun activities with the maidens that are here. We
Mm-hmm.
did, I think,
We scared
was
the
the
lady that was prisoning us. She went away, talking to ghosts and.
I gotta raise
did
your
we
volume.
scare her?
Initially,
That makes sense.
Because you were talking to Ghost and talking about seeing Valkyrie, and or Skitters was seeing
Yes,
Valkyrie, and
we started off.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
we were still near the river with
yeah. We
with
did we
Hagrid,
did camp
Iron
out.
Eyes.
Skitters found a feather of a Valkyrie.
He saw a Valkyrie. I Silos found the feather. Skitters apparently sees Valkyrie. That was
He's being possessed by the Valkyries.
the first of 2 times he saw a Valkyrie that night. And then we were escorted to Holdermoss, that good old city, where we are totally not prisoners. And we did a whole bunch of challenges for their festival in order to get their help against the cult of Ragnarok and by proxy the Ghoul Imperium to stop this blood wedding. There was the feat of archery, of strength, of boasting. We played with some snakes.
okay. So who's
We-
getting married?
Some gods.
Two priests, which in concert is kind of like their gods being married, or in proxy. I mean,
What sort of effect will that happen on the world of Midgard?
Well, according to these people, knock off Ragnarok, which will be the end of the world, which we do not want to happen. And
Are you sure you didn't do anything else?
No, we did plenty of other stuff. We
Didn't
found
we
out Bernard is
fight them?
behind our master plans. Yeah, we went to the cultist circle of summoning. We fought a bunch of Fae, which we now have found are very much related. That was the emblem related to the bear paw.
Bernard was there.
Yes,
Mhm.
Bernard is apparently evil now.
Evil.
Evil, but we did
So,
clear
so
the
tell
cultist.
me, what does the bear paw represent?
Bernard. I don't know.
Nope. So
Third
go to
god.
Zobek.
Chernobog.
Usually the Darrow worship this guy. But the Darrow that you found in the deranged fortress were doing the vampire bat.
Yeah. Well,
Don't say it like that.
doing the
They
vampire.
worshipping the vampire bat. I'm
There we
sorry.
go.
So, this god, the vampire bat god, and the worm god are all conspiring to have a blood wedding between the worm god's people and the blood god's people, aka the vampire bat.
Okay. How's that going to work out exactly? I mean, like, how do you like how is that gonna work?
The wedding or us stopping the wedding?
No, I mean those two people getting married, I'm just like, how is that gonna work?
I don't know. You tell us. we know we don't know. We're here to stop it. We don't know. We know there's going to be a ceremony of some kind, and we intend to stop it, but we still don't really know the specifics. It involves a full moon, and that's about the extent of what we know.
Is marriage and wedding treated the same as our Christianity way of marriage? Or
Nope.
how does it work with this place, I guess, this world?
So when you marry two people in this world, it's like uniting their power.
Right. See,
They're
that's
gonna-
why.
It's
Yeah,
like
they're gonna make
Dragon
a-
Ball Fusion, basically.
Yes, but with marriage.
No.
Oh, no.
It's even worse.
So
And
yeah,
the
we're
fact
gonna.
that you are not yet married makes you weak.
I mean, yeah, you have half the power.
Yes, and we are going to stop that however we can.
hope there's lots of killing. That's how I would like to see it go down.
Oh, we'll kill a lot.
Probably.
I am so shocked,
mean-
Banjo. But
We
yeah,
just
I think
killed a lot, so
we did kill a lot. There were many known bodies that I AoE'd. But yeah,
Were
I
they
think
gnomes?
they were like goblins,
goblins.
like goblins.
Well,
I
that
don't
killing might
remember.
be why the Valkyrie likes you.
Who's Skitters?
Well, you did say that Skitters was an extension of you.
I never said that. I said I made Skitters, and I.
Same thing.
Hmm. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that we covered what happened last session.
Failures at the end of the table.
Ah, yes, are the ones who failed the trials against us.
They did very poorly.
Yes, they did.
So, Queen Thorgard tells you that her diviners have found the location of the Midnight Temple. It is in a
What?
structure. Oh, go ahead.
I was saying wonderful.
Did you get a long rest? Of course you got a long rest.
That's
Okay.
good.
Everybody else is 8. It's full. I was.
It's been 2 days. 2 days since your cultist murder rampage.
I'm just doing this on hard mode. No long rest.
Oh god, that would be awful.
It was self-defense, not murder. Okay.
That's a lot of self-defense.
They kept coming.
And they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming.
Beautiful. So what does she? How else does she tell us about this location?
So, she tells you that her diviners have found the location of the Midnight Temple. It is a structure in the ruins of Nordheim, a ruined city occupied 300 miles northwest of Huldrmoose. The terrain is rough, thick forest, rugged hills, and cold, snowy mountains lie between you and your destination.
Hold your moose. That says 230.
Yes, but are you going to go through the mountains?
Yeah, as the crow flies is
Yeah.
Not
mean-
accurate when you're not flying as a crow.
I have a
So
ranger.
you go. I understand that, but these are very high, snowy peaks.
Have you seen Lord of the Rings?
God.
We go through the
Don't-
mountain.
Don't come alive and start beating each other up.
Hurry!
Yeah.
Someone's big friend.
So if you had overland flight, yeah, it would be like 200 miles instead of 300. But even with a ranger and not getting impeded by all the trees and whatnot, it would take about like 250.
Fair enough. I just wanted to make the
Yeah.
hold your moose joke. I've been holding on.
It's okay.
What's this pink purplish line that's kind of going through? Is that the trail we would take?
That is the ley lines.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm surprised their ruins isn't on a ley line.
Thank you.
It's
You
very
think if you-
close to a it's very close to a ley line.
I'm not sure that'd be very close. That's a good many miles
Mm,
between that location and the ley line.
it's close enough to cause troubles.
I'm just saying, if they like did it on Skullholm all the way over there, I feel like they'd be in for a much easier time.
Well, situation over there is a little bit different.
Well, they could have gone
Especially
to
since
Jargard. That's in the
it's a-
mountains.
It's an island. Well, Jargard, nobody goes there because it's in Trollheim.
Exactly. No one goes there. It's perfect.
Things are a little bit different in Midgard, and I'll take a moment to explain this since we're looking at that side of the map now. There are no half-orcs in this campaign setting for one primary reason. There aren't enough orcs. There aren't enough trolls. There aren't enough bugbears. So all the monstrous races have interbred into what are called trollkin.
Hi.
Oh, I did not know that.
Well, that's why I'm explaining it.
In
is
fact,
because in-
well, no, it's fine. I never even considered that. We haven't really seen orcs or
what? Yeah.
bugbears or any of those.
Well, there's a very good reason. Is because the Ghoul Empire has eaten most of them.
Hmm. That's a shame.
Damn commies.
How? What? Okay.
Sorry.
It just made a flashback to
Where'd
like
you
the
go?
1960s or something.
Oh my
Welcome
God.
to my mind.
Oh,
I will be your guide.
I
I have no idea.
these
the
are
journey
all
is
orcs.
over.
No,
Things just pop up.
It's
These are-
never over.
these are my orcs to eat. No,
I've
our
taken you a
orcs to
very
eat,
short
brother.
distance. My work is done.
Okay, so what do we need to know about this Nordheim ruins? Is it any towns on the way that we can try to seek help with, or anything we should know
Do
about
you-
the ruins besides there being
Do you see
baddies
those
there?
3 little circles next to all the town names?
Yeah.
Those mean ruins. That means the Ghoul Empire, the vampires, the undead races have destroyed these places to the ground, below the ground. There's nothing left. They have started rebuilding their own civilization on the surface here.
Well, that's unfortunate. All right. So, how long do we have till next full moon?
And they will tell you that it is very close time. You have about, let's say, a week's worth of time left. And what they're going to do is they're going to honor their agreement with you, and they're going to contact their allies in order to help you.
Who are their allies?
Well, we're going to get to that because the Huldra are legendary warriors. In fact, when Odin first chooses his Valkyries, Queen Thorngard says to you, still sisters in arms, the Huldra are some of the very few mortals the Valkyries will have dealings with, save for those whose souls they collect from the battlefield. So, my priests are going to hold a ceremony to summon the Valkyries for a parley, hoping to win their assistance for your mission. You are required to attend the ceremony since you are part of the bargain. When you are prepared, we will begin the ceremony.
Did anyone need to do anything before we get prepared?
Oh my God, you are kidding me. Hang on. He can't even open his character sheet. I hate this thing.
That's weird.
There we go.
Extremely weird.
Can you see it now?
Nope.
I popped it up for people.
Yeah, it's not.
It didn't pop up for me.
Are you kidding me? I just pressed show to players.
I mean, I can open handouts, but
Hang on. I'm going to make it available to everyone. Hang on. Hold on to something. How about
ooh,
now?
There we
there's
go.
Sebasir.
Yep.
There
Did
he
it
is.
pop up for you, Sebasir?
Yes.
It did not. I'm still getting the red connection, blah, blah, blah.
Guys, we can
Okay.
change his stats
you
up. It'll be
reloaded?
funny.
Have you tried Speed of Me to see what your bandwidth is doing?
I have not.
Let
Have
me
you
get that
refreshed
for you.
Roll20?
There you go. That will tell you your internet bandwidth and see if anything's throttling you.
I turned it on and off again.
That always.
Yeah, I did. Twice. It fixed everything but Roll20.
Oh well, then it's Roll20's problem.
But it's very weird. It's only affecting him and not us.
It's been doing that for like an hour. I've been just restarting constantly trying to fix it.
I love that you uploaded the
The Hero Forge.
Hero
Oh,
Forge.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hero Forge was not
Well,
coming
if-
to mind.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Sensei added color. It's a very legit way to have your character shown.
Okay, I have a download speed of 83 and an upload speed of 57 megabytes. So
I don't know,
everything's
is
good
that-
on my end.
Okay.
137.33.
How can you have 137 but only 33 up?
Ask Cox.
Yep, Comcast.
What surprises me is that it goes up, then goes down to 0, goes up, goes down to 0, goes up, goes down to 0, goes up, down to 0, then goes up to 140 and just stays there.
That's called throttling.
Hmm.
I've
Does that
got
mean a download?
380 down and 8.
Yeah, that's more than enough to do Roll20. You only need like 2 megabytes.
Does that mean a download speed of 25 and upload 36 is bad?
No, that's very good. Your
Oh,
download speed has been throttled, but your upload speed has not.
that's
Okay, so what's yours, Iron?
Still loading. What the hell? Oh, there it is. Wow, there
What-
must be something really weird going on with this.
What irritates me is that I'm paying for 300 and I'm only getting 137.
Well, that the IP has decided that it made an internal agreement where it can reroute the switching station to provide the service, but not the service that was advertised. And that advertised service has diminished since you made your contract. That does happen.
It makes me sad.
Yes, Queen
sad too.
Thorgerd is very saddened by this too, and your lack of bandwidth.
Thank you, Queen.
Please provide us some bandwidth, Queen.
Ah, yes, we're getting to the bandwidth.
Just a crumb of bandwidth, please.
Let me contact our divine allies.
Here, let me go
Please,
download some
Smiley,
really
just
quickly.
a little
Need to
bandwidth.
download some RAM. Be right back.
Yeah.
Just one bandwidth, please.
All right, so
God of the internet.
Oh God.
the priests, if you're all ready, the priests will stand amid a circle of burning braziers. They throw handfuls of pungent herbs into the braziers, and curling spires of scented smoke whirl skyward to become lost in the gray overcast. The priests pace around the circle, chanting as they do. Each bears a wooden bowl of blood freely given by the Huldra. They dip bundles of rushes into the blood and shake the rushes so that crimson droplets scatter on the grass to either side, before, behind, and as they continue to trot in a circle. A low rumble of thunder punctuates their chant, and dark shapes wing their way from the clouds above. A quartet of great winged white wolves plummet silent as hunting owls, their wings outstretched suddenly to break their dives, and they alight gracefully surrounding the circle, nostrils flaring at the smell of fresh blood. Fierce warrior women dismount from the great winged lupines and gaze solemnly at the assembly. And let me get the. There you go.
Let me get the smite damage.
Yes. So let's do this proper. You've seen these before.
Well, Skitters has seen them before. I don't know if we've actually seen them before.
These are the choosers of the slain, and they are the choosiest.
Oh,
And they begin to look at you and the priests. The priests and the Huldra besit the Valkyries for aid, explaining the dark portents and the sinister intent behind the blood wedding. The Valkyries appear unmoved. They frown, and one among them asks, "What is it you wish of us? Our place is not to meddle in the quarrels of the living, only to pick the chosen from the aftermath." And then one of the priests will speak up and say, "Ferry these worthy warriors to their next battle, noble Valkyrie," who is a weathered trollkin woman. They must arrive by the new moon for a chance to grasp victory. Lend them your swiftness, nothing more. And the Valkyrie replies, and where would we take them, should we say yes? The Midnight Temple in Nordheim, answers the priest. At this answer, there is a silence as the Valkyries exchange glances. Eventually, their leader responds, we cannot do this. It is forbidden. At this point, the priests are at a loss and turn to you. Perhaps you can enter into negotiation with the Valkyries.
Why is it forbidden?
As I said, it is forbidden. Odin himself has said this, and I am not so foolish as to disobey the All-Father. Odin shuns the dead of Nornheim. Nay, do not ask why again, for I do not know. I can only say that the dead of Nornheim have been judged unworthy, and thus no Valkyrie may set foot there.
Lazar, get up front and center. We want to show the robes Sister Adeline off. As I'll Salazar go up and go, we do beseech you. This is not just any ordinary quest we are on. This is, in fact, a holy directive we've been given. We have the very robes of Sister Adeline. Our goal is to eradicate the evil that is there, and we hope to do so with your aid. And I would motion to the robes of Sister Adeline around Lazaruk's neck.
They do look, and they confer with each other for a little bit, and then they tell you, no further than the river that borders the forest, marking the end of Wolfheim lands. Beyond those woods lie the entrances to Nordheim.
So, looking at the map, which river exactly? The one
that borders Wolfheim.
Yeah, but okay.
Look, take out the map and I'll just show you, okay?
I'm looking at the map. It's the river like blends in with the forest.
Yes, that's the whole purpose of the river. It's to supply moisture to the forest. You mortals know nothing.
Oh, God. That's not even going in the direction of it. It's going west.
Look, you see that little crack in land?
Barely.
Oh, well, it's right there. It's the blue right next to Icenen.
What's that pink squiggly line that goes across?
Those are the ley lines. God damn, you mortals are stupid.
Look, I was just asking for clarification. Look, there are some rivers on here that are more visible than others. That one is really not that visible.
And she's going to take her hand and place it on Siles' hand. Oh, Wotan, all Father above, bless this poor, confused halfling.
Yes, please.
So do you ask any other questions of them?
I suppose it would be too much to ask if they can take us northwest, not just west.
No further than the river that borders the forest.
Yeah.
Is there a way to redeem the dead of Nordheim?
No, absolutely not. The All-Father has commanded it that they are unworthy. They are unrecyclable.
They cloud our oceans.
They are Type 5 plastic, not for reuse.
They have killed many sea turtles.
Oh my God. The poor turtles with the straws in their noses. Oh, Wotan.
Any help you can give us would be most appreciated. Like I said, our goal is noble and just.
Yes, we will. Yeah, go ahead.
It's a blessing once you take us there, as far as you can.
Our power does not extend into those lands because Wotan, the All-Father, Odin, has forbidden it. However, we will transport you there, not for you, but for the Huldra, the Shield Maidens, and the Shield Sister, she points at the holy artifact on Luzrak's lapel or metallic exterior. We do it because they vouch for your valor. Do not ask for more.
Okay. I am fine with this.
Well, how
Okay,
much is more? Bubbles looks at them.
what?
Oh,
What?
no.
How much is more?
Yeah, no, he's just joking around.
Oh, that's okay. But
Just
once
He's
the
Yeah.
gonna
matter,
ask you a lot of questions as they're flying there.
yes, you can ask. Yeah, you can ask.
Well,
Oh, just a-
are we leaving yet? Or
Well, once the matter is settled, the Valkyries will depart, agreeing to return at dawn with enough of their sisters to assist in transport of all the characters and the accompanying Huldra, 1 passenger per winged wolf. The Valkyries will fly you during the day, landing and leaving you to camp for the night before returning again at dawn for another day's travel. And in so you will get overland travel in this way. With the Valkyries' assistance, it will only take you 5 days to reach the edge of the forest surrounding Nordheim. From there, you'll have to travel 4 days on foot through the forest to reach the Midnight Temple on the south edge of the ruined city, which is, by the way, on the ley line.
Dun dun dun.
Hey, Iron, any better?
I think so. Sorry about that.
No, don't worry about it. So, let me do this. Let's see if we can access your character, first of all. Let me know once you're in Roll20.
Okay, yep, I'm in.
Okay, I'm going to show to players. Did it come up for you?
Damn it.
oh no.
Did it disconnect again?
No? Oh, not yet. Oh, wait, there it is.
Oh, perfect! Yay! We did it! Praise Odin! So
I
yeah,
can only halfway praise him because they're only taking us halfway.
yes. Meet me halfway.
Yeah, I feel like we're just like,
What are they doing
Like-
here?
what is it? Like we're
Across
just
the
playing
line.
middleman here. Why don't
You
we just
are.
talk straight to Odin and get his take on it?
And
I feel
one of
like
the
you-
Valkyries at this will say, "None talk to Odin who are mortal."
I mean, are Gear Force mortal?
Yes, they
I have
possess
soul.
mortal souls.
Yeah, but I don't know. I always think of immortality as like, be living beyond the mortal coil. You're not really on that coil anymore, are you?
Just because you can't feel flesh doesn't mean I'm not alive.
That's not about feelings, about, your body not
It's
dying.
okay, buddy. Here, bring it in.
He's so inconsiderate.
As he
What?
cries, he cries tears from his eyes.
And one of Valkyrie says, like, "This is a very racist argument, and we want none of this," and they're gonna go.
Until dawn, then.
Size.
I don't
So-
ask if your beloved Skitters is alive.
I mean, after all,
He's
Luzrak,
not.
it's not like you're
He's a
redhead.
robot.
Yes, he is. He's alive.
No, he doesn't have a soul in him. You have a soul in you. You're alive. He doesn't.
So, if you'd like, you can learn more about Nordheim.
I mean, no. Somebody will want to learn whatever we can about it before we get there.
Sure, I need a DC 15 intelligence history check.
Okay.
If you are from the Northlands, like Trollheim, you have advantage on this check.
As I have found out, I am not from the Northlands.
Oops, I double clicked.
That's a bad roll.
Hey, I rolled 16.
I'll give Pebbles a flash of genius to bump that to 20.
Okay.
Okay.
15 was all you needed.
Well, he got 20.
Yes. There you go.
As we read about Nordheim, does the Skyrim theme song play in the background?
Yes.
Did the dwarves dig too greedily and too deep?
No, the Ghoul Empire did, and then they ate the dwarves.
No. But there's theories here. One theory is that the hold was destroyed by Thor's decree. Or this Nordheim in particular, not just the dwarves. But
Yep,
still.
we can't do that one because Tony's not here.
Uh,
That was going to be one of his backstory things.
yeah. Walking dwarven corpses. Oh, they're gonna do it in a dwarven temple. I bet it.
What?
There's a dwarven temple in Nordheim. That's the last sentence.
Oh, okay.
It's dug in underground.
Destroyed by Thor's decree, not Odin's.
Mm-hmm.
It could be very possible that Thor was doing it at the blessing of Odin.
So Thor is Odin's son, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the Norse gods were so like, I don't know. They did a lot to the material world,
Mm-hmm.
their mythology.
And now you're going to get into German mythology the more north you go.
Oh boy.
Ooh. All the
Probably
mythology.
for the best. Wolves have a terrible reputation in Norse mythology.
I mean, they killed a lot of Northmen, that's for sure.
They're not much better in Russian or German mythology either.
Could during that day while we're waiting for the Valkyries to come back, could Siles talk to Thorgerd alone?
Sure. What do you want to say to them?
Oh, she wants to pull her aside and goes, "Hey, I'm not too fully knowledgeable on the Valkyries myself. Do you know? Is there any special meaning behind those that can see the Valkyries?
Yes. They have been chosen by the slain.
In the sense, like the slain, like enter their body and allow the body to see the Valkyries, or more like the dead say, "Hey, that guy in particular, you get to see Valkyries."
Well, I know that it is a very special occasion that a mortal sees a Valkyrie. Normally, they cannot be able to do such a thing.
Have there ever been any instances of non-mortals being able to see Valkyries, like constructs?
The Gearforged, I believe, yes. Your Gearforged friend just saw the Valkyries.
Hey, now that's a living person over there. I'm kidding. I meant like not Gearforged, but automatons that were previously did not have a soul.
I do not know of these things.
All right, I was just curious myself.
But for someone to see a Valkyrie like yourselves is an incredible thing.
Yeah, we are definitely very lucky, and we'll be very grateful for their help to the river. It was very, very kind of them to offer their aid, what little they could. All right. Well, I just want to know a little bit more about the Valkyrie. Thank you very much for the information and what you've done so far to help us already. It's been greatly appreciated, and he'll bow deeply.
She also appreciates your aid and your promise. And now that she has you, she will also tell you that you have earned a great deal of grace points through your group.
Ooh.
So there will be certain instances during your journey that the shield maidens that accompany you will be able to do certain actions for you. And she will share one of those with you now.
The shield maidens are coming with us?
At least one is.
Gotcha. Okay.
This is just a sampling of what they'll be able to do for the cost of the grace points you have earned.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind. Their help would be much appreciated since we're not exactly going on vacation.
Yes. Half-Grid Iron Eyes is definitely coming with you.
Happy to have her. She's a big help against the snow goblins and the hags. Were they snow goblins?
Fargmurderna.
Or Frogger Goggermors? Yeah. Yeah. Those guys.
Wait, what's the season right now?
Oh, since you're going north, it's always snowy.
Yeah, but generally in the winter it gets more snowy.
No, up north it's always snowy.
Tell me there's no seasons at all.
Well, there is. They just all include snow.
I know.
But is it heavier snow, like a heavier snowfall in the winter than it would be in the spring or summer?
Well, they're right next to the ocean, and with lake effect and whatnot, they would get a lot of snow.
How about the fact that the world's shaped like a triangle? We're at the top of the pyramid, wouldn't just all fall past us?
Well, because the Earth is flat, it's the same amount of precipitation everywhere.
Okay.
What, did you think the Earth was round? Silly halfling.
I never saw that. Also, that was out of character. Alright, anyone need to do anything while we're still in civilization?
Nothing I can think of.
Actually, hey, Pebble? Would you mind talking to Skitters? We'll pull Skitters out and put him in front of Pebbles. See if he talks
Okay.
back.
Why don't you just talk to him?
I've been digging up on his special new talent lately, and it may have something to do with the Fallen. Want to see if you can tell if there's any Fallen in him or Fallen people around him.
Okay. Hey, Skitters. Is there any fallen people around you or in you?
It looks at you.
I'm gonna take a real good look at Skitters.
Okay. There's something inside.
Oh,
Take it out.
I'll reach into. I don't.
You pull out
I
his
will go
battery, he's
ghost-
dead.
I will go ghost mode and reach inside of him.
Okay, you go ghost mode and reach inside of him, and you see like the Arcano battery and some other things have mingled together in a way that when he took battle damage once has caused unintentional AI to spawn. And you see like little conduits and cogs and circuits that should not be, but are.
I'm sorry, could additional AI to spawn?
Yeah, it's the ghost in the machine.
Oh my god.
This thing has been active for far too long.
What do you mean
Yes,
that?
I've heard words in my head and I have no idea what they mean. It just said AI and some wires and cords and magic batteries. I have no idea what this has to do with the Skitters. I'm not that smart.
Wait,
When was the last time you surfaced this thing?
You just need to fix
I
him.
did a
He's broken.
diagnostic on him.
No,
I
consciousness
Wait.
is not a broken thing.
I did a diagnostics on him a few days ago. I didn't notice these different new parts when I was working on him.
Well, you're wrong.
Not you, Pebbles. The god in the sky. The GM in the sky.
Well,
God,
that's just
please answer Styles.
yes. And then Thorgard will come over. Oh, Wotan, and she puts her
for
head
fuck's
on Siles.
sake.
Answer the halfling. Share your wisdom.
Please help him.
I've been
Is
saying
it
he needs help for a
working?
long time.
Out
Sorry.
of character.
They're like,
So yes, you did your diagnostic, but you didn't do your diagnostic when the thing happened or when it started seeing the whatnot. You
Yes,
just
I
checked
did.
him.
The-
You checked
the
him
day-
over, but he wasn't broken.
But I didn't notice any new parts in him when I was checking him.
Nope, this has all been very recent. You can notice
Alright.
them now.
Alright, yeah, I'll pick up Skitters, I'll go to my room, and I'll spend the rest of the day going in depth into Skitters' parts to see if anything new spawned after Pebbles checked.
Yes. Remember that memory core we were talking about? It's made its own.
Are you telling me Skitters turned himself into a Gearforged?
No, he just made his own memory core, and there's some other stuff in there too.
Some other stuff?
he's like an actual mechanical spider now.
I mean,
I'll-
he already
Just
was.
face through the wall and walk
Hey,
in.
if Skitters can now create these these memory gears, why don't we just rip them out of him and put them into Luzrak?
No,
First
That's a good
off,
idea.
rude.
that's
wait.
horrible.
That's like saying if you just had a baby, just rip the baby's brain out because he had made his own brain. He could be becoming his own person.
I am very troubled by this conversation you are having.
Why is everyone coming to my room?
I heard commotion. I wanted to check.
Oh, can I
You
inspect?
seem to yell a lot when you're under stress.
I'm not under stress. Everyone's coming into my room talking about pulling Skitter's new brain out.
The hair
Can I
sticking out on the
check
back
the-
of your neck says differently.
Wait, what? What's in the back of my neck?
The hair's sticking up.
Vein sticking. Oh, I thought you said vein.
Can I inspect this memory core and see what's on it? I remember
Yeah.
we did that. Okay, what is in this memory core?
Basically, everything from the feast, the information that you gained from the Valkyries, and everything leading up to just after the diagnostic.
And these are like from Skitter's perspective. Like these are his memories.
Yes.
Holy fuck!
So basically, after you did that very thorough, extensive diagnostic, that's when this started to happen.
So I turned Skitters into a real boy. Apparently.
Maybe we should make a Gearforged body for him.
Ooh.
That way he can express himself more.
Miles becomes a battle master instead of artillerist.
I put his core into a suit of armor that I can ride around in.
No, yeah, you just put the Skitter like body, the cannon, on top for the head, and put legs
So-
and arms.
So
Hold
a
on.
Gearforged body takes 10,000 gold pieces.
Hey, just enough.
At level 10, I can make it for 5,000.
Also, you need a soul gem.
Siles, you could become an Iron Man.
No.
Well, Skitters was made of brass.
And this,
It's a combination
Oh, I
of
don't-
metal, wood, brass, conglomerate of things.
Just so you know, brass is metal.
Yeah, I wasn't. Never mind. I am aware brass is metal. I'm just saying it's not just brass. Metal is an all-encompassing term for different metals.
Fine, you'll be more of a brass boy instead of an Iron Man, you know?
That's not the point. Styles picks up Skitters and leaves his room.
Leaves his room.
Yes,
Oh,
he's
you
trying to get
can
away from all
follow
of you.
me
Trying to get some
anywhere.
privacy.
You can't get away from me. I'm
Leave me
always
alone.
here.
Your door.
Leave me and Skitters alone.
To be fair, you didn't lock your door.
But we're not allowed to lock our doors. They won't let us.
Oh,
Whose fault is that?
Their fault.
Oh, you're blaming them for all of your.
Yes, because they won't let us lock our doors.
They also tell you it's time for sleep.
Nope. Nope. I am looking into this.
You have to go to sleep or the guards can't go to sleep.
I just found out my robot has life now. You give me a second.
He's gonna keep having life for a while.
But that doesn't explain why he can see Valkyrie when we can't. Can I check his body for a Valkyrie detecting chip? Since he
So-
made himself a voice box?
So there's nothing suggesting that he can see invisibility or arcane or into other planes or the ethereal realm or anything like that. The Valkyrie probably just made itself known to this because it was the closest thing. And then when it left the feather.
But what about when it was in my room and me and Skitters were both there? It was just revealing itself just to Skitters.
It stared at the wall.
Yeah, but then I'm pretty sure Skitters said woman or something is back. It's
Yes,
back.
woman.
Yeah.
The Valkyrie are always in this area.
But that's my point. How come just Skitters?
Because it just revealed itself to Skitters and not.
But why is the question?
Does the
Skitters?
why really matter if we already know the no?
God works in mysterious ways.
That answers nothing.
Odin's
Skitters.
deeper
son?
in the deepest part of the river.
Skitters does not know either.
Well,
We have
okay.
another companion, so that's good.
Maybe not a Gearforged, full Gearforged body, but perhaps I could make him like a...
Make
Spider
like a
tank.
voice, like a voice thing.
Hold
Secretly
on.
stalk.
Spider tank.
Hang on.
Never
Be
spider
like the
tank dead.
from Ghost in the Shell or Ghost. Sorry, Ghost in the Machine. Remember the spider tank they have?
Yes.
Question. I may have blacked out
Like
when you
that.
explained this, but how do we get Grace Point?
So you earned grace points by first participating in the feast, and that led because you told them about the death of Iron Eyes. So you participated in the feast. That was a big thing because they saw you and your abilities. And for every victory, you earned some grace points. Then you made a promise to keep the secret about the Queen's World Tree. That earned you another grace point. That was happening in the background as you were doing things because I
Okay.
wanted you to feel like you could be involved and whatnot, and they were judging it.
Do we know how many Grace Points?
Let's see. There was one for every victory and one for the promise.
So 6?
Yep.
6 each or 6 total?
6 total.
So what do we do now? Do we just go bed?
If you want to, that they
Yep.
can't go to sleep until you go to sleep. That's what the rules say.
Well, that sucks for them because I'm reading.
Oh
Well, Sebasir can't technically sleep. So there's that.
Same. Gonna be working on my gears.
no. Yeah, eventually they give up and they go to sleep.
So Sal just yells out from his room, lights on. All right, I'm falling asleep now. Oh
But-
man, this is a great dream I'm having.
Age flip.
But yes, the next morning, the Valkyrie will arrive, and at dawn they will take you and Halfgrid Iron Eyes on the beginnings of a 5-day journey where you fly during the day, camp at night, and we're not going to do that for 5 days. We're just going to redline it.
Yes.
So let me gather you up.
Sebasir is going to feel very weird about riding a wolf.
A winged wolf with a woman in a brass brazier.
Feels wrong.
And after they drop you off on the 5th day, it's going to be your responsibility to get through. And you come to this kind of checkpoint after a while and a few more days of traveling, let's say like 1 or 2, and you're starting to get deeper into the enemy territory. And in this checkpoint, these 2 people will be riding up to you. And they're Ghoul Imperials, and they're riding Ghoul Steeds.
Oh god, not these
God.
things.
Yep. So
Skip.
would you
Oh,
like to see
skip.
that picture again?
Skip.
No,
Skip.
no, I'm good.
Good.
I have had more than enough of that picture.
Okay. So they come up and they're on patrol and they see you and they see you want to get in, so they come out and one dismounts and she comes
Oh,
over
there's the
here
face.
and she says, "Good evening, travelers. What brings you out into this forsaken wilderness so far from the comforts of civilization?"
Heard we could start up a meat market here.
We call him the Meat Man.
Ah. I am unaware of this.
That's okay. We don't expect you to be.
Yeah, we're just entrepreneurs looking to make a new business out here for peddling meat.
Ah, you will find no such business here, travelers. I ask that you turn around in peace.
Very polite.
Well, there's no reason not to be. I mean, you don't think I'm a griffin rider, do you? And she says with a swarmy look.
Those guys.
Damn.
Bags.
Yes, well,
We have an invitation.
oh! And she comes out and she says, "Welcome then, good guests." And she comes up and she inspects the invitation and she runs her fingers along the edges as if to like her emotions swell in ecstasy as she says, "Ah, yes, human skin." And she's not really looking at the invitation so much as stroking it. And then she hands it back to you and says, "Welcome then, good guests. My master will be pleased by your arrival. If you wish, my patrol can provide you escort to the temple."
Oh, that won't be necessary. We don't want to hold you up too much. If you can just give us quick directions, we don't want to keep you too long, and we'll just be right on our way.
I mean,
Absolutely. Oh, go ahead.
Having to bring out the invitation every time we see another patrol would be tedious. Could you send message ahead that we're coming so we don't get harassed?
Oh, absolutely, sir. If there's anything I can do to improve your stay in our lands, I shall do so. You are most welcome and honored to be here, and we would see to your fit and timely arrival to the Midnight Temple.
Thank you very much.
Not at all. And please, please, tell my masters of my service to you.
Which is
Definitely a
your
5-star
name?
rating.
My name is Goran.
We will speak highly of you in your courteous behavior.
Oh, actually, my name is Adra Rockclaw. Sorry, I
Oh.
read ahead.
After Rockclaw.
Also, my connection to the server has been interrupted.
Yeah, I was reloading because everyone else like left. I was like, oh, that seems weird.
Yeah, I saw everyone else leave. I was like,
It's
Well-
just like, well, cover's blown, guys. Let's go.
Well, that just happened to me too. Damn it.
Like, we
Yep.
didn't see us. We'll just go our separate ways.
You know, they're trying to do a convention next week when their own service won't work. I wonder how that'll go.
Yeah, probably. What's the worst that could happen?
Well,
they'll
the
just
worst that
redirect
can
all of
happen
them.
is,
Or redirect
I
everything to
cannot-
there.
yeah, I cannot load into the game now.
Awesome.
But yeah,
start popping back in.
So Audra will say, my name is Audra Rockclaw, and she bids you good travels. And she will leave without incident, because she is very much trying to get promoted, and she was willing to help you to the best of her abilities.
Perfect.
We'll put in a good word for you.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Connection has been interrupted.
Oh, there I am.
again.
I'm back.
As soon as you get in,
There we go.
Your
I'm
It's
back
me.
now.
I'm back. I'm the cause.
neat.
It dislikes Bramble. All right. And they leave. And you're free to go past the gates.
Here we go.
Yay.
Skitters kind of climbs over.
That was easier than expected.
Skitters.
We're just gonna
Hey,
keep an
this
eye out.
Okay, you'll definitely see it first then.
kid. Oh. See what?
Well, Sebasir and Pebbles are going to be back there when you. Nope, Pebbles is going to be almost to you when you see it.
He is messing up, so I did not see everybody move until like 20 seconds before.
Same
Okay.
here. But that's okay.
That's all right. Are you going to move up to Sebasir?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
I'm still behind everyone else though.
That's okay. So what you see
Oh,
are a great deal of undead. So much so as if all the slaughtered dwarven lands have accumulated into this cursed multitude of undead. And Pebbles, your head begins to scream with the different voices of the drowned, the killed, and the suffering.
Maybe we should have gotten that escort.
Well, they probably noticed that one of us is very attuned to this place. It'd probably be blow our cover.
So, no birds sing. No small animals are seen or heard amongst the burrows or the sparse undergrounds beneath the trees. The animals fled as soon as the corpses invaded their homes, and they never returned. As a ranger, Venjo, you can probably see that there have been no animals for almost a year in these lands. There are no markings of any kind that would be left by natural predators or even grazers. When you encounter these dead dwarves, there are too many to avoid, and the dwarves gravitate towards living souls, somehow drawn to them. The dwarves approach slowly from all sides, pale, wasted shapes, still garbed in ragged remnants of the clothes in which they died. The dwarves shuffle about the woods, their hair and beards knotted, littered with leaves and brambles. Some still carry things clutched in their withered claw-like hands, tools, mugs, weapons, even toys, as if they had simply forgotten to let them go.
Okay. Do they look like they're going to attack and/or eat us, or are they just kind of roaming around us?
Well, they're roaming towards you because you have living souls.
Yep. They're they're a
Mhm.
little hungry, and we got them souls.
And Joe activates his.
We're in for a fight.
Oh,
Okay.
based on the size of this token, is this like a group of them, or is it too many to handle?
This is a nation of them.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think we're just gonna fight our way through.
Can I try and walk through them and then activate the holy robes in the middle of them?
Absolutely. And as you begin to walk through them, I shall need some wisdom saving throws. But because you have the robes of Sister Adeline, these will be made with advantage. All right.
He has
Thank
advantage.
God.
Yes, he
I know,
does.
good
Oh,
thing.
Yes, he does. So you're good. And you begin to walk through the difficult terrain of all these people. So you get to about here with your movement. You're not quite to the center just yet. You're just going through all these huddled masses. And they turn and they begin to look at you with pathetic looks, going about stories when they were once alive. I was Korkrea, proud warrior of the Firefist clan. A dozen trolls have fallen under my axe. 6 rings bestowed for my service, and as she holds up her hands, you see 6 fingers have been cut and still bleeding from this undead creature as she puts them into your face and tries to rub them on your metallic face as if to get you to pay attention and acknowledge her existence. Then another hurries close behind and starts. Helga was my name, a silversmith. My wares were sold as far away as the Mahardi Dragon Empire. 7 children I bore, sons 3 and daughters 4. And you see that this woman has been vivisected from her chest downward, and she pulls on the different openings of her chest as if to reveal to you the evidence that she bore children, but nothing but a bloody husk remains. Who else is doing things?
yeah. Sebastian is just kind of like watching in stunned horror.
Soon the voices come from all around.
Hey, maybe we head back to the gate and come up with a plan before we're overrun by ghosts.
A constant recital of names, professions, deeds both amazing and mundane, never stopping, speaking slowly and steady, each word hitting the mind like a hammer to iron on an anvil. And Pebbles looks as though he's about to have a migraine.
They must be cleansed.
Sigmar, a cook. My venison stew was the favorite of the captain of the watch.
Is there anything you can do with the robes that can create, I don't know, like a aura that we can use to protect ourselves from them?
There
Oh.
are abilities of the robes. However, Luzrak said he wanted to get to the center first.
So, Sebastian's gonna snap himself out of it, and then we're gonna do this.
Okay. Visage of the Dead. You and up to 4 creatures you touch. Okay. So which 4 creatures?
We're gonna everybody
Mhm.
except Luzrak because he's a little bit out of range.
Okay. So yes, I will allow that. Now, you take on appearances similar to undead versions of yourself, but your soul is still living. Typically,
what-
this means the undead will ignore the target, especially if it is a less intelligent, such as a skeleton or undead. Let's take a look at the Cursed Multitude. Its intelligence is low, but there are just so many of them that they've begun to swarm. So even if they do ignore you, they're still trampling you.
Lozrak, if you had a plan with those robes, better sooner than later.
Okay, remember it's difficult terrain, so you can only move half your speed.
Which is 15.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go 15 feet in and then use a charge.
All right.
Unleash a burst of sunlight.
Okay.
Is that? Yeah.
Now what?
So 66 radiant damage.
Okay. And let me see. Is this weak against? Yes, it is. It's weak against radiant. That had a profound effect. As they scream out in terror and several of them fall to the ground, collapsed. But they still keep coming. And now, since you are starting in the same space as the cursed multitude, I shall need a wisdom saving throw or you shall become frightened. You are
Oof.
frightened and you must flee.
Well,
Mother named me Ingram. My uncle made me a fine pair of boots for my last birthday when I turned 12. And you see this corpse of a little girl walking with her hands with nothing but a torso.
Hey, Siles, that's your target.
Elturin, oh god. Elturin and I labored for days on a breastplate for the king. I wanted to chase it in gold, but he said, Hagmar, my love, it should be set with rubies. We argued over this form, and she just cuts off as her teeth fall out of her mouth. After I stole the jewels, I hid them behind a loose stone in the wall. I wanted to pull them out and look at them, admire them, but I was too afraid someone would see. See and say, Floki, he is a thief. And they continue towards you all as they begin to swarm you.
Siles would like to take out our vial of sunlight and activate it.
Okay.
You attune to it. It requires attunement. We're talking about the daylight candle.
Wait.
No.
Hey, Bramble.
Yes.
The first time I had to do the wisdom save, was that for terrifying presence?
No.
Okay.
That was for the madness, which we're gonna do right now.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Siles will take out his daylight candle and activate that, which does cast the daylight spell.
It does. So let's take a look at this creature. All right. It won't have an effect, but everything will be lit up quite nicely.
Alright. Well,
So
point
everyone-
of order, after this fight, someone with a free human slot has to attune to that vial of sunlight.
Wait. I forgot about this. I'm immune to being frightened by undead creatures.
How so? Because of the ropes? Okay. Well, you need to tell me that next time. If you don't know it's a legendary item.
I was looking through the Sacred Flame part, that's why.
Okay. So I'm going to need everyone to give me a wisdom saving throw. And if you have the robes, you are at advantage.
If it's a frightened effect, I also have advantage.
It is not a frightening effect.
Oh, well then. Not that it would matter anyway.
Okay.
Good. I rolled 2 12s.
All right. So, everyone who got a 15 or below on this check, I need you to roll a D100.
This is gonna be something.
Okay, 30. Luzrak, you suffer from extreme paranoia. You gain disadvantage on wisdom and charisma charisma checks. And the time this will persist is 80 hours.
Would
Please
you
make
like
a note
me-
of it.
Would you like me to roll for a half rid to do a wisdom check?
She did, and she failed.
Oh, okay.
But you can roll the D100 for her. All right, so Siles, this one's going to be for you. You become attached to a lucky charm, such as a person or an object, and you will have disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws while more than 30 feet away from this person or item. And this effect will last 30 hours.
Yeah, Sal's gonna pick up and hug Skitters. Just hold him close.
Okay, we'll do Sebasir next. Sebasir, you suffer from partial amnesia.
Oh,
You
no.
know who you are, and you retain racial traits and class features, but you don't recognize other people or remember anything that happened before the madness took effect. This will last 10 hours. All right, and the final one. Yeah, everyone else made it. So the final one is going to be for the lady. And you rolled a 75 for her?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Half-grade begins to have uncontrollable tremors and tics, which impose disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws that involve strength or dexterity. This will last 90 hours for her.
All right. After that, Siles is gonna do his best to get out of the ghost storm.
Okay. So, yep, you can attempt to do this.
What was it? Difficult terrain,
It's difficult terrain.
so I can probably get to like there.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else doing anything?
Vinjo's just gonna start attacking things.
Okay.
It's
The 8 will not connect, but the 14 and the 18 will. It is undead. And it has taken damage.
Seven.
Okay. And that's with the Corpse Slayer too, right?
Yep.
Okay. Alright. And Venjo starts cutting a few of the dwarves down. And they don't seem to be relenting. And one of them puts her hand on Venjo's shoulder and goes, "In Trollheim, once I was welcomed as a hero, defending their children, saving them from the massive hordes." And she just falls over at his feet and succumbs. And Pebbles, all these voices are echoing in your head now.
Could
Can I move and then do another
Half speed.
charge?
Yep.
Believe. Need to move 5 more feet.
Mm-hmm.
5 more for my 15.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll do.
You're almost to the crotch.
Yep. I'll do my second and last charge for the day.
Okay.
Radiant damage.
So that's 44. So it has taken a significant amount of damage. And right now you can see like the undead masses are starting to disperse a little bit, but mostly the bodies are laying dead at your feet. The dead of an entire nation piling up as though, well, Pebbles and Siles are basically up to their necks now in corpses as they're struggling to get out or keep above the water, so to speak.
I don't know if we're in a turn or not, but if I'm
Nope,
getting surrounded, I would like to cast Thunder Wave at
Okay.
2nd level.
Yep. This is going to make a lot of noise.
I mean, given the all right, you know what? Can I summon Skitters proper, like right here?
Yes, of course.
And I will do it not as the Force Ballista, but with the Flame Cannon, and I'll have
Mhm.
start flamethrowing the ghosts.
Sure. Dex. They make it, but they take 9.
Yeah. That's something.
Hang
So,
on.
yeah, be doing that, just attempting to chase them off as best as I
Well,
can.
it does not chase them off, but more keep dropping, and now those that have dropped are beginning to ignite, and the forest is going up in this blaze in the sky.
Jeez. This flavor ain't that big.
They were dried out for a long time, man. They're kindling.
But they're still
Okay.
very much confused. So he's gonna try to get out, and I'm gonna do, or Sebastia is gonna do.
Okay.
Oh,
Yep, you can go 30 feet.
all the way back out.
Okay.
But seeing that there is a much larger threat that clearly did something to him, he is gonna Chaos Bolt it.
Okay. Now, since you cast Misty Step, that's a leveled spell, correct?
Oh, it does it count as a leveled spell if it's a racial ability?
All right.
Let's find out. Do racial feats, blah, 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 items count as leveled spells? Yes, assuming you can attune to the item or the racial ability is available for the class. No, mostly.
Okay.
Those are the two answers, yes and no, mostly. But yes is the most accepted answer.
Okay. Well,
You can still cantrip.
yeah, we're gonna fire a ray of frost at it then.
Okay. A 9 will not connect.
Could I do a free Arcana check to see if maybe not hearing of the specific event, but of trying to figure out some way to combat this mystical force?
Sure. So, an entire nation was slaughtered, and their dead left open and unburied. Aside from the swarming and the terrifying presence and the vulnerability to radiant damage, which you already know, they are unintentional killers. And once they have encompassed all of you, they will deal a great deal of damage to you at once.
Okay. Siles would like to yell out, Venjo, grab Pebble, I think we really gotta get out of here.
I think she's going to go to the edge too.
Yeah.
Pebbles will just dig under.
Okay.
Just
Yep.
see what happens.
Yep. You can dig under.
Okay.
Siles would like to make his way back for the gate if he can.
Okay.
The Skitters.
Yep.
He would tell Halford to follow and yell at the others to get back as well.
I'd like to move out.
Okay. You have half your movement.
Yep. And
This is a
then
new
I'll-
quote unquote.
Well, it's not so much a turn as I'm just waiting for you to do things. I'm giving
Well,
you plenty of
Vinjo's
space.
just going to start slaughtering his.
Up, you can take another attack. AC is 12. Minimum damage kills it.
Really?
Yep, you've been doing damage to it this entire time with Radiant and other abilities. So now the dead are completely motionless and inside this gigantic pile in the forest. And on fire.
All right. Okay then.
After the last one's
Okay.
fire.
Without looking back.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
All right. So,
I was looking at the explosion.
there's 96 hours of travel left for you to deal with these different types of madnesses that may or may not have been bestowed upon your characters.
Oh. On the bright side, I think the highest any of us got was 90 hours, so by the time we get there, that'll have worn off.
Mm-hmm.
And mine's not so bad.
Just standing there wondering who all these strange people are.
Follow us. Come on.
We don't necessarily know what we each got madness-wise. So,
Oops.
can we? Oh God! Ah!
Oh, that was not what I intended to do.
Styles gets erased from reality.
Yeah, I was just trying to do this.
So, do we know if we keep on saying, or maybe not know, but can we expect if that will keep on happening? Because you say the whole Eye of a Nation, that doesn't seem like something we just dealt with now.
Well, there are more. You can choose to avoid them or choose to keep on, getting close to them. Actually, Ardra, Rockclaw's gonna come by again and say like, "Oh, ran afoul with the cursed multitude, did you?"
Yes, unfortunately, we still have our souls for
Well-
now. And
Word of advice, good lord. Do not antagonize them. They will simply leave you alone. And with that, she trots off on the ghoul steed.
Oh. Wait, is that saying now they'll leave us alone, or just if we don't do anything they'll leave us alone? Because they didn't look like they were leaving us alone.
If you don't do anything, they'll leave you alone.
Oh, okay.
Someone zapped them with holy radiance, though.
they need to be cold.
Yeah, you know what? I have a feeling if we deal with the Ghoul Imperium, that will put the spirits at ease, and if not, we can come back later with a holy army and deal with it then. That's not our goal right now.
Oh no, their souls are fine now.
Yeah, as you look back at the smoking corpses and the foul odors and whatnot and the big blaze in the night, their souls are fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
Even,
not, they're
even
not
after even after Odin said like, "I'll have nothing to do with Nordheim or the souls therein who are not worthy," they're fine.
Mm-hmm. They're either
Look.
going to be trapped in an undead body for eternity or released to not endure endless torture.
And what I'm saying is they're not a priority for this particular endeavor we are doing. If we so choose to later, we can come back and put the spirits to rest or call them whatever you want to do to them.
And what exactly are we doing?
So, so we were going to the Midnight Church to go stop the blood wedding, remember?
Don't say that so loud.
Well, I obviously I'm not gonna say that
We're
in your shot.
attending the blood wedding.
I'm not saying. I know I'm not gonna say that to the guard. They rode off.
Who knows if they can hear us?
Halfgrid takes her hand and just smacks it into Siles's back while scratching her arms.
What the shit?
It's just like, no, quiet, silence. No more talking. No talking.
Alfred, you okay? You're acting kind of funny. I say as I'm squeezing Skitter's way too tight.
You're holding that thing too much. Too much. You'll squeeze
Oh, he's
all the juice
no,
out
no!
of it. You'll get all
Get
the
away from him!
spider
You're
juice
gonna hurt
out.
him! You're gonna hurt him! Get away! I know what's best for him.
Blood belongs on the outside of the body.
Wait, no, you get that backwards. Wait. I think you get that backwards.
I agree with her.
All right, I think we're all a little tense. Let's get on the road to the place and try not to run into those things again, because that was a bad time. Agreed.
Thing I remember is being surrounded by dead things, so anything would be a step up from that.
We're still surrounded by dead things. Dead things everywhere. Everywhere, I say.
Oh yeah, she's not wrong. All right, let's keep going then. As we deal with this insanity that we have now adopted.
Okay, so with the 4 days of travel, you have 96 hours. You have several rest periods. You know how to avoid the cursed multitudes if you choose to do so. So
Oh.
I think it's high time I showed you this.
Oh no. What is it? Is it Doom? Oh, look at that. Our whole life on Midgard ends.
Take a little break before the 2 hours.
So
No, we only have
After-
2 hours before our whole life ends.
you get your 4 days of travel, and then when you arrive at the Blood Temple and the midnight hour, when they start, allowing people inside, you have 2 hours. So we're going to take a 10-minute break, and then we're going to get our timers ready.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Alright. I'm thinking this is gonna be a surgical strike on these people getting married.
No
I'm gonna make-
pressure.
No pressure. I'm gonna go make some tea. And even then, that's only one person. We don't know how many attendees are going to be at this wedding. What we need is someone with a free attunement slot to attune to the Vile Sunlight.
Oh, yeah, the chalice is an attunement item, so. Well, I mean, if I'm not gonna use the chalice, I could.
Well, how many other things do you have attuned?
Actually, I only have the one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so
Wait.
then you could attune to the Vile Sunlight too. Then
Oh,
you have a minimum or a maximum of 3 attunement slots.
oh, learn something new every day.
Unless you're an artificer.
Well, that's only at a certain level. I have to be level 10, I think, to tune to more items. Also,
You-
where did we get the Cinder Skull from?
You didn't.
Who did?
No one did. I showed it to you because someone said, I want to see what that is, and I showed it to them, and they said, like, thanks, Grandma, and Grandma is not giving it to you. You saw Baba Yaga one day, and she started zapping bitches on the road to the Margrave.
So okay, so that's what the weapon she was using.
Yes, that's hers.
Gotcha. All right, but
What's up
yeah.
with this vial of sunlight?
Basically, you cast an aura around you, and it's harmful to undead and vampires.
Neat.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
So
Welcome
since
back.
we have the 4 days, you should probably attune to that.
I don't mind if anybody else doesn't mind.
Tune to what?
The
The
vial of
vial of
sunlight.
sunlight. Because we have not been using it, because I've been using the green flame for light, but now that we're going into Undead Central, that'd be good to have.
Mm-hmm.
I will be right back.
No sweat. Yep, you'll have 4 days. I mean, like, if you want to switch out attunements or do something, now's the time.
Well, now that I know the rules for attunement, so I have 2 attunement items now with the vial of sunlight and the chalice.
Okay.
What was the longest you could be afflicted from the madness?
100 hours.
Oof.
That's in case I rolled a 10.
Yeah, that would have been the entire.
Yep, I was going
Yeah.
to see if anyone got afflicted for the wedding.
Nope, I think everyone, the highest we got was 90 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So we have all worked out our madness by then.
Yep. Those of us
And
who
we,
got madnesses.
yes, and we have 4 days to plan a route of attack, which I'm pretty sure is going to involve us getting into a stealthy position and doing a sneak attack and killing the bride and groom in one surprise round.
Sure. Okay.
I mean,
I mean,
I
when
don't
when
mind
it's
trying to.
yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
when it's explained that way, it's just so easy.
I know, right?
Yeah. Sorry,
And it
what was that sentence here?
It will be that easy.
Does anybody have polymorph in a bag of holding?
Wish I had polymorph.
So-
Sorry. Oh,
They're already dead, so good luck.
yeah, I don't think polymorph works on undead. That's right.
Oh, it's just a callback.
I know what you're referencing. It's
Yep.
fine.
I mean,
So
I
you
wouldn't
take
mind.
the dragon.
Yeah. Mike, you missed out. We were in our Eberron game. We were
Mhm.
gonna fight a dragon, but then we just polymorphed it and put it in a bag of holding.
Nice. Rukvar would have been very upset not to be able to fight a dragon, but very nice. He'd be like, oh, it's over already? That's not sporting.
Hmm.
I would like to play Rukvar again. He was fun.
So
Polymorph works for undead.
I don't
Yes, it
think it
does.
does. It does?
Yeah,
I
in
thought it
Does
did.
it work for shape changer, or creatures with 0 hit points? It does work.
Why am I
Correct.
thinking it doesn't?
3.5.
I've never played 3.5.
It's still haunting you.
Even though I've never played it.
Yeah.
No, I started D&D with 4th edition, and then someone showed me 5th edition.
Bramble, was there ever a time where polymorph wasn't a concentration?
Yes.
That was
No.
what, original?
Oh wait, no,
Mhm.
not now. I'm dumb. Ugh.
Yeah, because I'm reading Drist right now. I'm on the second book. And I'm at
Yeah.
Clapper.
Elminster and Dritz could do some insane things. That's why everyone hates Ed Greenwood, because his characters can do shit no one else can.
Dritz was R.A. Salvatore.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, everything that he does, like it's like you can kind of put like a power level to it or whatever, or like a player level, but like it's just
Yes,
a good story.
It's always player level +1. Elminster is always at least 1 level higher than the players.
Have you read the Drist series?
No.
Oof. It's really good.
I forgot. I think I got barely into the third. I think I was at the 12th book when I stopped.
Yeah, I think that's the time Quaid stopped too.
Has anybody read through the Rime of the Frost Maiden?
No, but
Nope.
it
I
looks
have.
interesting.
I have. I love
Those are good.
the secrets. I love the secrets. Every player character
Secret's
gets a
pretty good.
secret.
What does it do? Anything cool?
Depends on the secret.
I'm guessing it's
It's
just
great.
like an RP prompt.
Maybe something good. Maybe something bad.
Well,
Interesting.
is it like the player determines the secret, or it's a
Nope.
mechanical thing where it's like you are given the secret
Yes.
that
You are
incorporate?
given the secret. It's
You are
so
really.
it could be so good or so bad or so stupid.
You play a dwarf ranger, but you are really 3 kobolds in a trench coat.
One of the secrets, yep. One of the secrets is you are a Dritz fan.
Those horrible secrets.
Yeah, that one's pretty mundane.
The series was entertaining. I just eventually it didn't hold me for the entire.
Yeah.
I don't know how many books are in it, but
A
Mhm.
lot, like 20,
Yeah.
I think 20 something.
yeah.
What I like so far is I'm reading it on Audible, and
Ooh.
the guy who like narrates it like puts in so much hype into his voice on like the major battle scenes.
Wait a minute, you said where you're reading it and it's an audiobook?
Yes, it's a book, correct?
Someone
And
else
you-
is reading it to you. It's story time.
What are they doing here?
But I'm reading the book,
No, you're not. You're having the
Hello,
most
oh,
right-
my old friend.
which is reading.
I've come to fall in you
It's
again.
semantics. You are getting. It's the exact same information you are getting. It's just in a different format.
Yeah. And I like
You said
it.
you were on the second one when he's in the Underdark.
Yeah, he's right now he's fighting his undead father that was reanimated.
Mm-hmm. I will say, from what I do remember, what I read, the 4th, 5th, and 6th books was a really good subset section. Like that's the thing. Like I'm not without won't be spoiling anything, but each section of books read as their own like mini adventures, kind of.
He is streaming the timer.
Yes, I am.
Well, actually, that's a good thing because I was gonna say we can't all be like, all right, everyone start now, and then we all have like a slightly
That would
different
have been a
time.
disaster.
We
That's
should
a
have done
fucking
that.
disaster.
We should have done that.
All right,
No.
we got 10 more seconds. No,
Did you all press play? No, I didn't.
Wait, we supposed to press play?
Yeah, exactly. We ain't doing that shit. All right. So first of all, are we all back?
Yes, I am back and ready to rumble.
Okay.
I am back. Vanjo?
Dadgummit, I've been talking this entire daggum time.
Yes, you have.
Nobody was responding to you. You're probably really
Yeah, do you think we're just
sad.
ignoring you again? This happens every time.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I was
Yeah,
waiting for you to say stuff.
Do you have any thoughts on Dritz you would like to share?
No, none that I can remember.
Okay.
They were just quick quips. They were just quick quips at different times, and they were hilarious. And
I'm
You
sure
laughed
they
at 'em?
were.
I got Iron. Are you there?
Oh no, he's muted too.
Iron, are you muted?
He was talking a little while ago.
I'm here.
Okay, just making sure.
Alright, I think that's everyone.
All right, so, gentlemen, on your go, the timer starts.
Alright, well, can we say before on our go that we are discussing as we're traveling these next 4 days?
Of course.
Alright, because Sal's definitely gonna have what spells he's gonna have prepared. We have someone attuning to the Vial of Sunlight.
Of course, yes, yes. You have 96 hours. You do with that what you will.
Yeah. Do we know anything about the layout of the church from what we've been told about Nordheim?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. Can I get a link to the Violet Sunlight? Because I can't find it. In the,
so
Yeah, it's under third or magic items appendix B.
quick
B,
technical
thank you.
question:
Mm-hmm.
should I forego the greatsword in favor of the corpse layer and a regular short sword?
Well, I'm not an expert, but the one called a corpse slayer sounds fitting since these are walking corpses.
Precisely. So, with the corpse layer, I deal more damage to undead that would potentially outweigh using the blade, the greatsword, assuming, of course, they are all undead.
Well, all and or most.
Is that a good assumption?
So
I
There
would-
are living.
Yeah.
There are living, but I'm assuming the majority of the ones you have to worry about will be undead.
No,
That's what I shall
we
do
don't
then.
know if the priests are alive or undead or not.
No, they may or may not be, but at least with your amulet, I have a sneaking suspicion they will be disabled by your amulet at least.
Oh yeah, I'd like to put the robes like into one of my pockets instead of having it out on my shoulder.
Good
and we
call.
do know the bride and the groom are Darakul and a vampire, respectively.
Yes. So
Ah.
if you had not hidden the robes of Sister Adeline, the jig would have been up from the start.
You don't say.
But, Mr. Smarty Pants, did you have the
What?
robes out when you gave her the invitation?
Oh, no.
There we
Yeah,
go.
Technically, yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Well,
Well, fuck. I knew she was too happy to see us. Well, Sebas here. Question about that spell of yours. Does that change the appearance of Gearforge too, or just flesh?
It's a level 4 spell. It will change any humanoid creature, so it's good.
Alright, well, we can use that spell to change the most stand-out looking characters of our party. Make it seem like, oh, yeah. He would look like a Darkhold again, just make it seem like, oh, we're definitely not that party that had the rope sister Adeline. We have an invitation, which will totally be enough, I'm sure.
One
We get
small
it.
problem.
What's that?
I can only change 4 of us besides myself.
Yeah.
You
Well,
can keep the Trollkins the same.
I think we'll
yeah, I mean, they're in the air, we could say. Yeah. And I mean, Venja, you still have the tabard of that, your blood order. You could blend in that way. So-
goddess. Yeah.
So that's. So we'd only need for Lazarak, myself, Alfred, and Pebbles. That's 4, and then yourself.
All right then.
So we do that. Probably won't have a lot of time to really do reconnaissance, so I suggest we get as close as possible, activate all of our daylight/light illuminating items, and shoot the groom and bride as quickly as possible. Any objections, revisions, adjustments, etc.?
Nope, should be good.
All right. So, beyond the woods, where the dead dwarves of the Rodheim roam, a great pit has been dug into the ground, unearthing an old dwarven temple. The temple has been painstakingly restored. The holes in its shingled roofs and peaks were covered, rotted, and replaced with dark beams hewn from ancient dark wood trees, and the doors were rehung with well-oiled black iron hinges. Yet spire that once bore the arrows of Sif sports an ebony's bare paw, its long black claws polished and gleaming. The dwarven edifice is now the Midnight Temple, a dark sanctuary to Chernobog. The sorrow, the shame, the despair associated with this place was like a beacon, calling to the chosen of the Night Lord. Are we ready?
Absolutely not, but let's do it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll be ready. I would. Yeah, I'm assuming we'll have cast the undeadifying spell on us before we
Yep,
approach.
you can have any buffs you want up prior.
Oh, and Visage of the Day does not
speaking of anything-
concentration.
Do we want Pass Without a Trace?
We're not sneaking up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if we really want to take time to find our way, an alternative way in. I think
I think we should
Unless
just get
one of-
front row seats.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we show them our invitation, we get in, we get as close as possible, and then once the bride and groom reveal themselves, Sebasir, you and I will get our light giving items ready, and then we ambush them and try to kick them till they're not moving anymore.
Do you guys remember the names of the 2 gods?
That's my line.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We have to remember these things.
It's
It's
Camazol?
Vardising and Marina.
Pretty sure it's Camazolz, right? The vampire god, and
Well, there's Goran Malik, Dracul proxy for the groom, Wait.
yeah, those are
It's-
the gods. Those are just the.
Well, no, I assume Dracul proxy to the. Okay, that's a different person. So there's 4 people there that are Dracul / groom and bride.
Are we ready?
No. Well, I'm trying to find the handout that has their name.
Oh my god.
Gonna for sure cast haste on Venja when we start.
I know them as Worm God and Blood God.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. It's Korgeth and Kamazolz is the
Where-
vampire god, and Demon Lord Korgoth is the worm god.
All right, which
Okay,
handout?
so
is
it's a
that?
gay wedding.
Yep.
Hey,
I mean, whatever works.
Okay.
Well,
Are we
Hold on. Wait, Pebble, where's that handout that has their names?
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Okay,
What? I don't have this memorized. I'm sorry.
go right above to players. It's the folder right above that.
Fodder?
Fodder, yeah, fodder. Sorry. And then if you scroll down to Apex C monsters, you'll see Demon Lord Kamazoltz is fourth from the top. No?
What?
No?
No, I got it.
Apex C?
Apex C?
Yeah, I got it. Demon Lord Kamastots and Demon Lord Korgath.
Do you see them, Corey?
Yeah, I see Kamazots. And
And then Chernobog is there too. Perhaps they're officiating the wedding. Who knows?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Okay.
Brambles told us everything. We should know this by now.
How many weeks has it been? How many times did I quiz you? But nope, the time has ended. Am I pressing the button?
No.
I'm scared.
It's a horror campaign. You're supposed
No,
to
I'm
be scared. It's Halloween.
You put a
Alright.
timeline on me, I get scared.
We're ready.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
We're ready. Ready as we'll ever be.
There you go. It's
Oh fuck! They
moving.
started. All right, let's go,
Oh, wait, my
everyone.
fridge is running.
So, the Midnight
Is-
Temple is a structure of oak and ash wood built upon a stone foundation in stave style. Peaked roofs and pointed spires are layered like shingles, almost like dragon scales. A pair of thick double doors of aged blackened oak allow entry into the antechamber from the south side of the building. You also see what appear to be rune stones encircling the building.
Could I do an Arcana check to see what those runestones look like, or if I can detect like a pattern of what they might do?
Absolutely. Let's see that Arcana check.
I will give you that Arcana check.
Okay.
17. And just to be safe, I'll throw. Oh, never mind. While these 17 stones stand, the building and its occupants are immune to any divination magic of 3rd level or lower, and have advantage on saving throws against divination magic of 4th level or higher.
And no one could find the place.
Celestials can't enter the temple or charm, frighten, or possess creatures within. All undead have resistance to radiant energy.
We need grounded. Sus.
If at least 3 of the stones are broken or unearthed, or their magic is disrupted or dispelled, the undead are no longer resistant to radiant damage. If 9 of the runestones are broken or disrupted, Chernobog's blessing is broken and all benefits granted by the runestones, except the protection from divination magic, end.
Okay. First thing on the task list, we only have 2 hours, so we gotta get this.
We gotta get a number
so
of
we
these
split it
stones
up.
off, yeah.
Yes. Okay, Pebbles will run back into the forest and dig, and then dig up to the party so nobody sees him digging.
Okay, so are you going to approach the temple is my question.
Digging.
Because
Perhaps-
at least one person approached the temple to investigate the runestones.
Probably
Siles
Siles.
would, yeah, Siles would have definitely approached, but I'm gonna say, based on this thing, a successful DC 18 Strength Athletics or DC of Dispel Magic will disrupt the stones.
So Siles is going up alone, is what you're saying.
No, I'd follow him.
Okay, you're going up too.
I'm gonna
Alright.
go up just underground, not like.
You're underground.
And
Okay.
Also, before you do anything, someone is magically linked to the runestones. They are aware when they are destroyed, disturbed, or moved.
Mhm.
So when we start
uplifting them, someone's gonna know.
So as the who is approaching? Anyone else? Is anyone else going with Lozrak and Siles? I need to know.
I'm thinking maybe if Pebbles and Venjo are on Operation Destruct the Runestones, because you
So,
guys are presumably
think-
the stealthiest.
I'm going to cast
Pass without a trace.
Pass Without a Trace on anybody that wants to go around stealthily, just disrupting the stones.
I will. Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you two do that. I'll go with.
Well,
Hmm?
it's okay if we don't have to make a athletics check. We would just have to deal 18 HP damage to it. Is that also a thing we can do?
Yes, it
This
is.
stone, stones have an AC 17, 18 HP vulnerability to thunder damage.
So if you are more than 30 feet away from Venjo, Pass Without a Trace will not affect you.
Right.
I'll go back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I just want to know that the rune stones are actually.
Yeah.
Sebasir, I don't know if you have Dispel Magic, but if you do, the magic's disrupted by Dispel Magic as well.
Yeah, I had it, and I used the one scroll of Dispel Magic I had.
That's pretty
I
obvious,
see.
though, if he does it right in the open.
Well, like I said, no matter however any of these are disrupted, someone's gonna know.
It's true, but nobody's gonna know who did it. If he pulls out a scroll of Dispel Magic and does it right in front of everybody, everybody's gonna.
Well, he doesn't even have a scroll of Dispel Magic, but
I know,
that-
still.
Yep. All right. So
Alright,
we're going.
let's go.
Yep.
yes,
All
those on Team Cathedral will go and we'll have our
Okay,
invitation.
these guys are here. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so
us
you
over
guys
here.
have the invitation.
Yes.
All right, so this guy's going to come up to you and say, "Welcome."
Hi, pleasure to be here. Would you like our invitation? I will hold out the human skin.
Okay, and he takes your invitation and he looks at it and says, "Very well. Please name the two gods being married tonight in
Oh.
the Midnight Temple."
Are you implying that people coming here wouldn't know who's getting married on such an auspicious occasion?
Yes.
We are here for the wonderful union of Demon Lord Kamazas and Demon Lord Korgeth, Lord of Worms.
It's Marina and Korgoth.
Fuck. Oh no, the music changed. Oh no, okay. Okay.
Please bear with me.
Christ.
So then who's... If the bride's Marina and Vardis and the groom's Vardiston, how does Korgoth come into that then?
We're going to discuss that once you get inside the temple.
Because I assume Marina and Vardiston were the clerics doing the ceremony in proxy of their god.
They are. But you named the two incorrect gods.
Well, one of them was right. It was Korgeth, and we thought it was
Right.
Lord... Okay.
It was not the vampire god, because then it would have been a gay wedding.
I mean, hey, I don't judge. Could
Neither
be
do I,
anyone.
but
Not unless it's their proxies.
you know, they're traditionalists. I would have been fine with that. I was totally cool with that too. I'm almost done.
Almost done as he rolls 20 more.
I think
There's
that
only
meme I
one more side of the temple to do.
I think that meme I posted in D&D memes is pretty accurate now.
Almost there. I got everyone.
Big scroll.
It is. Be fun. Right. There you are. We're gonna reset your initiative to 20.
So does this mean the timer stops?
I don't know.
No, the
That'd be
timer doesn't
nice,
stop?
but-
No,
Pretty
the
sure it
timer
doesn't,
doesn't
no.
stop. Siles, the jig is up.
I mean, it should slow down, but
I
Yeah.
mean the actual physical time.
So when I say 2 hours, I meant the same thing as I did in Strahd Must Die in One Night. 2 cosmic hours.
oh boys, looks like the end of the world.
Yeah.
Building up so fast.
I don't think I've ever had a combat with this many people and in less than 2 hours.
Alright. Alright,
Well,
I am gonna.
That's why they give rules for what happens if the bride and groom get away.
Alright. I believe it's an action. I'm gonna activate my green flame candle, which casts daylight in an attempt to blind everyone around me that is undead or sensitive to that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, these cultists are Daru. That will work.
Yeah. Alright, in that case, Ken, go reveal all things and I'll hold out to them.
Okay.
I believe that's an action to activate, correct?
It is.
Yeah. Okay. Then I will stand my ground there then.
Okay. There you go. I'm not going to make it green though. I'm just showing you it's a big distance.
60 feet.
This guy's going to go. Uh-oh. And disengages.
Mm.
And you hear
Interesting.
shouting from inside. Sebasir.
Huh. Well, since we already have a light source, I'm not gonna waste the vial of sunlight just yet. Let's.
That I think we should save for the actual wedding ceremony, people.
Gonna move here.
Okay.
And we're gonna let off a cone of poison spray at these two.
Okay.
Oh,
God,
hold
that
on.
was a lot of initiative.
Hold on. I didn't roll initiative for a half-red. Hang on.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Want her to get in on this.
Both fail. Brr.
Sebasir, did you cast haste on me?
No, not yet.
Nope.
Okay. Double checking.
Anything else?
Nope. That'll end my turn.
Okay.
Bramble, half-red rolled a 19. Could she go after Sebasir?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
So, Afgrid can go.
Alright, she is gonna use the call to arms feature.
Okay.
And give us 3 attacks of or advantage on our attack rolls.
Okay.
And then as a move action, she will move up to here to face off against these two.
Alright. This cultist is going to go over here and try to get the sorcerer. 20 to hit. Sebasir takes 4 slashing.
Doesn't he have disadvantage?
Oh, that's
Good.
right. Does not
Ah,
hit. He's Darrow. Right. This cult fanatic
candle reveal your ugly ass face?
God. Gonna dash it there. Gonna go there. Cultist is gonna come over here. Go cultist. Disadvantage. 10 misses. Then you hear a deep voice from inside. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here to unite these two divine forces through their proxy in dark, holy matrimony. And the school's gonna come up. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn
Cultist
to
is
look.
gonna. Oh, go ahead.
No, we're on to clock. Go.
The cultist is gonna lock this side of the door. Pebbles.
Did I hear footsteps move from over here?
Yes, definitely.
I just sigh at Benjo. And I will move up to this wall here.
Okay.
How deep does the flooring go? Does it go at all into the ground?
It does because there's a secret underground chamber that's used for the rectory.
For what?
There is a secret underground chamber that is used for the rectory, so it goes all the way underground.
What's a rectory?
A rectory is the place in the church where all the treasures are kept, like divine items and holy artifacts.
Interesting. So it does go down. How far was that? 10 feet. I'll come out of the ground and look at these
Okay.
guys not looking at me and just be like, ha, idiots. I'm gonna stab this more important looking guy.
The more important guy with 13 AC.
No.
I mean, it just means he does more spells to cast, probably.
That hits.
$31 damage.
Okay.
And does he look alive?
He definitely looks alive, and the blood that is flowing out of him from the wound is starting to flow back into his body as he turns to look at you.
I've seen one of these people in another campaign before. I don't want to do what I said because they're just so cultists. I will simply. I will just phase back into the floor, not leave a hole.
Okay.
And then dig a little bit. That's it.
Benjo.
Vinjo's gonna stick to the plan. Going to attack this stone that he's tending.
Okie dokie.
I think that's a good idea.
Strike number 1 misses. Strike number 2 hits.
Okay.
10 damage.
Okay. Has 18 HP.
Strike number, where'd you go? There. 3. That's it.
Okay. These cultists are locking the door.
It's already locked.
You hear what seems to be either horses or something just as big in the distance, riding up.
Hmm.
Cultist is gonna go over to half grid. Smack with disadvantage. Nope.
No, could be so, but nope.
Cultist is gonna move over here and try to get Sebasir. Disadvantage. Or nothing. 8 does not connect. Okay. There is a lot of movement inside the church. Lezrak.
I'm going to swing at the cultist to my right.
Okay. He has 12 AC. You miss.
I knew this was going to happen.
That
Doesn't
hits.
Doesn't he have advantage?
Oh, that's right, because he's in sunlight. Yes.
Oh, I thought they just got disadvantage.
Nope, they're Daru.
Okay.
Remember the Daru Mortys?
So could I have moved and swung with the second one to him?
Yes, of course. They're both dead.
Okay. I'll move up here, and that'll be my turn.
Blood Mage doesn't like what's going on here. And since he can't see Pebbles, Blood Mage is going to move over here.
Could I, did they lock the door with like a key or with like a lock, you know? Like a,
Oh, they're just locked like church doors are locked.
okay.
So this Blood Mage is going to go over here. And he's going to do a Blood Feast. So...
Well, that's not very nice.
Gonna need a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, or... Let me get the 10d6.
All of us, or
Everyone within 20 feet of the Blood Mage.
dear God?
Damn
I
it,
do not
Hal.
have blood, so therefore I'm immune.
That is correct.
So is it half on a success?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is it the straight ability roll or a saving throw?
It's a saving throw, sir. That's why I said saving throw. Alright, so those that did not meet 15 Constitution saving throw will take 31. Those that did will take 15 necrotic. Unless you don't have blood.
Ow.
Yep.
There we go.
Gonna take a straight roll on this cultist. He can do it. He's a good boy. 23 for crit.
Nice
Four
guess.
hole slashing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you guys are really in trouble here with all my CR18s.
Hey, strength in numbers.
Death
So-
by 1,000 cuts.
Another 4. Ooh. Wait. Nope, that's wrong. There.
Just gone. a woman's voice from inside can be heard and says, I do. A man's voice can be heard from inside and says, I do.
Quickest wedding ever.
Well, they're not responding to that I do. They're responding to something else, because I have to go through a script. And at the same time, I'm being barraged by direct messages asking me for questions about games, and I am ignoring them.
Nice.
So it's time to reveal this to you, since combat has begun. They're called layer actions. Because there is a legendary creature inside here. And let's
Stupid
pick
vampires.
you, Luzrak.
Mm-hmm.
Do. Thank you, Roll20. I like that I've set all these up in advance. So I need a DC 15 dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone. Siles.
Okay, we're getting the battle rolls out now. I'm gonna summon Skitters proper and have him force blast the Blood Mage.
Okay.
So he doesn't do that fucking shit again.
Okay.
14
14 hits.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay.
So
6 force damage and he's pushed back.
understood. You take 6 away from his 31 temp health.
Yeah.
Sebasir.
Alright, we are definitely going to have to heal ourselves. So I'm going to cure wounds myself. I'm going to twin spell it.
Okay.
And, cure wounds at 4th level myself and
You know what? I am going to stop the timer. Because I don't think the devs understood what they were asking. Go ahead.
I can't see Luzrak's HP because his HP bar is in the dark.
I'm full.
Yeah, he didn't get affected by
I haven't
the...
been
I'm a full boy.
Oh, right. You don't have blood. So,
Yes.
myself and Siles. So, at 4th level.
Thank you.
And then 1 for myself. So I get back 25.
Mm-hmm. PCs have 2 hours to stop the wedding. Come on.
Then I am going to quicken spell a
I got your HP.
oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna quicken spell a ray of frost on. Wait, is that the blood mage or no?
No, it's the
Nope.
purple guy.
He's way over there. All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna ray of frost to that one.
Okay, it's at disadvantage because he's in melee range. 8 will not connect, sir.
Actually, I'll let that one go.
Okay.
End my turn.
Half grid.
Afterwards, gonna take her 5 health for
Okay.
regeneration, and then she's gonna start trying to smack some people.
Yep, yep.
I don't think she gets her health back if she took necrotic.
No, it's only acid and fire.
Oh, right.
Trollkin.
Yeah, so just gonna move up here. Gonna start slash into the ones diagonal from Sebasir first.
Okay.
Let's be fine. Boop. 8 slashing. And if that same man's still standing, she'll slash it. Okay, then she'll slash at the other guy.
Okay. Yep.
For 6 slashing.
But
Okay.
they're Darrow Mortys.
And then she would like to use the rest of her movement to move over into this man.
Okay.
Get up in his face.
Cultist is going to attack the person on the ground. Straight roll. Please refrain from saying I do until the ceremony is completed.
Oh my gosh.
I told you there was a script. Someone laughs from inside the temple, and it is a very familiar laugh.
Bernard.
Oh, God damn it, Bernard.
Not unless Bernard has a woman's voice.
It's Latessa. God damn it.
Wait. Didn't she? Wasn't
The
she in
name is-
jail?
Yeah,
She was
that was
in
like
jail.
that was months ago.
She got out for good behavior. Pebbles.
For sleeping there
Her
with the
name is
guards.
actually okay.
Oh yeah, you weren't there for that. That was the very
Her
start
name
of
is
the campaign.
actually okay.
That is actually her name. Yes.
That's
Okay.
a whole different story.
Yeah.
So
That
he
was-
has 1 temp HP left.
Bringing back them to ground.
Okay. Benjo.
Or phasing through the ground under the
Okay.
Joe's gonna continue whacking at this thing.
Okay. $17 AC.
Ah, 17 AC.
Yep, here you go.
Where's my short sword? Why is it at the bottom? Dadgummit.
So you're chipping away at this thing, and it goes clang, 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 and you're not sure why. You have a much better job of killing people than you do breaking stone with your weapons.
You're not wrong.
If
I'm gonna shout out. These things are a lot tougher than they look.
Sadly, yell back. You can also just push it away if you want. Just do an athletics check to push it over.
Okay. Cultists are gonna stand by the door. Everyone's in position. Those horse seems like it's getting closer. And you see this thing.
It's a carriage.
Yep, it's pulling up. The dark carriage pulls up right alongside Venjo.
Hey.
Yeah. And it has the little, what is it? The little cans and whatever, and it says "just married" on it with like the devourer and the blood goddess on the back, waiting for the happily wed couple once the thing is complete. Lizrak.
I'm gonna attack the one to my left.
Okay. Definitely. Darrow Morty has been killed like 3 times over.
I'm gonna swing to my bottom.
Okay.
Blood mage.
Yes. His AC is 13. I think a crit hits.
I would hope so.
And he becomes blood.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
And as interact action, can I pick up the key that he dropped?
Well,
Or would I have to shuffle through his robes or something?
Well, I can tell you that cultist did not have a key. The other cultist I were referring to was to the west and east entrances that this guy locks in. The guy who had the key ran in already.
Ah. Cool. And it's my turn.
Okay.
Well, wait, are both of these doors locked?
All the doors of the Midnight Temple are locked.
Okay.
Which you would be able to see if we were on Foundry.
Yes. Because I'd have an event that says locked when you clicked on them. This cultist is regretting his life decisions. 8. So Chessa is going to do her little monologue about Marina the Blood Goddess. And there are these pools inside of the temple that you cannot see that she's going to start doing her little ritual for. Those people get into position. And Goron is going to take out living flesh to put on the altar.
Oh, I stood up, by the way.
Yes, I kind of figured. All right. Thank you, roll 20. So, who here is 20 feet in front of the temple? Everybody?
Looks
Uh-huh.
like it.
So, D6, starting from the left. 3, 4, 5. It's going to be pebbles, and you're underground, correct?
Hippers.
Okay, so this is going to miss you. Because basically, what the temple just did is part of the animated features of the horrors that are inscribed on the side are just going to start spitting thorns.
Yeah.
Siles, you're up.
Alright, well, I'll let them handle the lackeys. I do not have good strength to displace these, so I'm gonna try to start destroying the stones as best as I can.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have Skitter shoot at the one in front of him.
Right. Crit.
Wow.
I believe
That
that's-
is one destroyed stone.
Alright. Unfortunately, these things are immune to lightning damage, so I can't shock and grasp it. So instead, with my magical crossbow, it doesn't say anything about piercing damage, magical or otherwise, so I'm going to shoot at the crossbow across from me next to Pebble.
Okay.
To chip away at it. For 11 piercing.
Okay, it has 6 HP left.
Okay.
Zebasir.
Alright, first thing that Sebasir is gonna do is there's one cultist left, huh?
Not for long.
Sebasir is gonna step over here
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna give Luzrak a nice pat on the back. Good job, buddy. And That's gonna be Constitution.
Okay.
So he's also going to gain 2d6 temporary hit points.
Okay, do you want to roll that?
Yes.
Okay, so he gets 10 temp HP. I'm going to take this off since we're not using it.
Away from him, and then I'm going to quicken spell a ray of frost at the same runestone that Sile shot.
Okay. 17
Hopefully.
AC.
Ooh.
Oh, you hit. That's
Yay.
2 destroyed runestones.
All right, and that will end Sebasir's turn.
Upgrade.
All right. Well, there's no runestones near her, and just with one guy, so she's gonna cut this man down. Gonna get 5 healing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that hits. He dead.
All right. I believe she was over here. So 1, 2, 3, and then she'll go 4, 5, 6 to go assist Venja with smashing things.
Now, bring forth the sacrifice.
Oh.
You hear more laughing from inside, that same woman's voice. Pebbles.
Can I put my ear to this door and see if I hear anything?
Sure. You hear some bear guy crying out in despair.
Is there anybody on the other side of the door?
Oh, no.
Oh no, Bernard's dying.
God damn. Bernard playing with our hearts.
Okay. And then we'll just dash over here and stab this stone.
Okay.
Fine, I'll use a lucky.
I'm doing anything. Yeah. Okay. That's
And he's-
11. Oh, you got sneak attack on a rock. Good for you.
The rock never saw what hit him.
I hit a vital point in the rock and it just crumbles over.
So that's 3 destroyed, meaning that the undead no longer have resistance against radiant damage.
If we destroy 9, then the blessing is broken, and all benefits
Mhm.
granted by the runestone. So ideally, we should get 6 more.
You can.
No, I'm not saying we can. I'm telling the party. Ideally, we should get 6 more.
Venja would like to rage.
Okay.
You're not a barbarian.
You rage. My God!
Oh my god, please.
I'm not doing anything, I swear.
Ah.
2 hits.
Aha! No, just a 17.
Crap.
I double clicked it.
It's okay.
He's just so angry.
What happening tonight?
I can't roll higher than a 7.
So it has 9 HP.
Like, is there like a driver for the carriage? Is he just chilling, watching us? Be like, I just get paid to be
He
here.
is just chilling. And
Take your time.
Venjo.
I'm hourly.
this cultist, this Darrow Morty, is gonna come over from this door and go, "Excuse me, sir, could you not attack the runestones? We need those."
Absolutely not. Would you care to help me?
And it's just like, no. And another person is going to come over here, say, "Sir, you can't do that. We need those runestones for the ceremony."
Yeah. If you could just come over here and hold it for me, it keeps slipping out of my grasp.
The
Lazarek.
old guy is the guy
Yeah.
from the village that we bought the boat from, and he goes, "Oh, hi, Sonny Sweet. I see that
Oh.
you guys are dead."
Could it
He's gonna die.
be him
He's
and his
gonna
wife?
die.
Could it be him and his wife? Like, yeah, when you sunk our boat, we had to do a new venture, so now we do a carriage business.
Oh God! Why do you torture this couple?
Oh, my wife's back at home, you know.
Oh, God.
I sure do pay well.
Break the door
We
down.
buy a fresh bunch of bodies,
Yes.
you know.
Yes, you can.
Can I attempt like an athletics to try and like shove my shoulder against it, try and break the lock?
Absolutely. It's going to be DC 20. You do so, and I will break that lock for you, sir. There you go.
No door can hold him.
What about 2 doors?
Oh.
One.
We've been defeated. Retreat. Retreat.
Oh, God.
Can I try and break this one down?
With action surge.
Oh.
That's fine. We still got to destroy the stones anyway. It's
I'll do
fine.
I'll end my turn here.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
still under the blessing, so we have to destroy the stones anyway.
Yeah, it's just celestials can't get in.
Well, they also have, besides the resistance to radiant and other stuff.
Is that cultist? Yeah, this cultist is going to come over here, sir. Sir, you need to step away from the rune stone.
Yeah, but just put your hands right there, please. Thank you.
Chessa is going to take a bit of blood in her chalice and do some stuff.
Nice.
Goran is going to kill the bear folk on the altar.
Oh.
Poor Bernard.
It
His
doesn't
poor
have to
family.
be. It doesn't have to be Bernard. It could be another bear folk.
It's Bernard.
Is it Orion?
Maybe.
I don't like that bit of silence.
So, layer actions coming at ya.
Nah, we're good. You don't have to.
Pass.
We're fine.
Okay, so
Safety tools. Safety tools.
Yeah,
I'm
go
like,
ahead, press
don't
it.
Do that.
Press it. Do it.
No.
That's what they're there for, sir. Lozrak, it's you again. You get knocked prone. Siles.
Oh, wait. Before he gets knocked prone, I can't see him. Never mind. Okay.
Oh my God.
Skitters is gonna wander over here and force blast this stone.
Okay.
Oh, that's not where I want to be.
14 will not
Alright.
connect.
That's fine.
These rocks are
Well-
evading your attacks, man.
Yeah.
Slippery.
Well, I can't strength check them, and I don't have to spell magic. So these are my options. I'm gonna shoot at it with my
'Kay.
bow of
Yep.
crossbows.
Oh, bow of crossbows. It just shoots crossbows.
Mm.
How are we rolling so bad? I hope we crit on the bosses here in a sec.
It'll all pay off in the end, I'm sure.
All right. Everyone sounds defeated already. Sevisar.
I was just over there. Oh, all these is that one still intact?
Yeah, that one's
It-
still.
it
We've
has
only
not been
we've only
touched.
destroyed 3. Anything with the next on it, we booted it.
I
off
love
the
how you
server.
slaughtered all the people, but the rocks are just too hard, man.
So from where Sebasir is, gonna fire off another ray of frost at that runestone.
Okay. 17 AC.
Actually, let's be brave. I'm gonna chaos bolt it.
Oh God.
keep in mind it's immune to lightning and poison and other stuff.
Hits.
Lightning, poison, and psychic damage to immune to.
Gonna cast that at 3rd level.
Okay.
Maybe overkill.
What's the damage?
I'm always misplacing this damn table. There we go.
I would put it in the notes of the spell, sir. So 6. Poison.
Gotcha.
Immune.
Mhm.
Well, earning another sorcery point.
Okay. $15 will not connect.
Actually, I would like to use favored by the gods
Okay.
and add 2d4 to that roll.
Okay. You cannot get below a 17. You hit.
Whoop, wait a minute.
I have already said you hit.
That's what I meant to do.
15 cold. It has 3 HP left.
Ugh.
Alright, and that is my turn.
Upgrade.
Hopper's gonna banter out to Venjo. You need backup or are you good?
No, I think now that I have some meat here, I can get this taken care of.
Alright, she's gonna run back here 30 feet.
Oh,
Okay.
mate, you want some Mike? That's the guy who's in the carriage.
God.
It's gonna be a disadvantage, but she's gonna throw a javelin at that rock. Okay.
Bye bye, Javelin.
No, it's still there. It's there with the arrows and everything, and the hole from the Aldrich Bow. And there's like this ring around the grass that died because it's poisoned.
Yeah, that's all she. Oh, no, she's gonna get 5 more healing. That's all she can do.
Okay. No one's bothering these 3 cultists. You hear that same sultry laugh. Pebbles.
Bum, bum, ba-dum. Ah. Hey, Benjo. As I
moved
stab this
before.
guy in the face.
Yes.
Oh no, I was using it as a prop. You're ruining everything.
Here,
19
Oh.
hits. He's already dead. You don't need to roll sneak attack damage.
Damn it, Jim, he's already dead.
it's okay. I'll come this way and be like, here, I'll give you advantage on your next attack. And
Oh my god!
I'm gonna bonus action stab this guy in the gut with my other dagger.
Alright. You have inspiration for giving advantage on the motionless rock.
Oh, and since I didn't use sneak attack on the last one,
Yes.
and also I'm gonna do whales on the other guy, so I kill all 3 of them in one turn.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ.
Daryl Mortys are dead again! You did it again!
Oh, jeez, Rick! He kills us again!
Morty.
Oh, jeez.
Benjo.
It was a simpler time.
Well, you ruined my plans, but maybe your assistance will help. Just hold it steady.
I'm right behind it with you.
Arthur Flake.
Good thing you freaking.
You had to hold it steady to flank
Little
it.
missed again.
Oh my
8
god.
damage!
Is this still standing?
1 HP left.
Are you
my
kidding
God.
me?
1
What did you
HP
do?
I
left!
spit on it.
Did you get
It
Slayer?
dies!
Did you get Slayer?
Yeah,
Hey.
Slayer. It had HP missing. You got Slayer. It dies.
No,
I kind of wish we left the timer running to see how much time we're wasting on these rocks.
I don't think Slayer applies to inanimate objects.
It's an evil dark artifact. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Oh
say
my
yes.
God.
Kill the rocks.
12 will not hit that one.
Yeah.
Bramble.
Let
Is,
them
is, wait,
go
isn't
back to my
Pebble still
families.
flanking with them?
No, it's a different one.
rock.
Oh, god damn it.
It's a different-
Stop!
They're learning.
What are you doing?
They're dog dipping and dodging.
I'm just gonna stop the stream
Not even
here.
enemies, guys.
Gonna stop the stream here, and thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight.
You guys
Literally,
ever-
Carol, level
You
7.
guys ever maybe
my
the world
God.
should end? Maybe we should just let the world end.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't do this.
It's not your fault.
Who met their AC's 17? They're just stupid rocks.
They should be AC 10.
I'm guessing the AC is taking into account that they are in fact rocks.
Magic. They are
And we're
magic
just like hitting
rocks.
them.
Yeah.
We're not like we're just chipping away at them. We're hitting them, but not doing enough
It
damage.
should be
Actually.
like, you know, you have advantage because they're just standing there doing nothing.
I mean, are they prone?
They
are.
They
you
are.
don't-
They're
they-
prone rocks. Lusrak, you're prone. You're a rock.
I can never be hit. I stand up
Yes.
and I try and break down the door.
AC. It has 20 athletics things. You missed by one.
If Siles could see you, he'd give you a flash of genius, but he can't.
I told you it wouldn't be anticlimactic, but I had no reason why it wouldn't be anticlimactic.
I wish I got the strength one. Sebasir makes me cry.
It's okay. Anything else?
I'll just lay on the floor. Just kidding, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Those Terramorphs are dead. Chessa's going to take blood from the body and exchange it with the blood from the pool. Goran is going to carve out the bear folk's heart and eat it.
It's nice.
Alright. Those side, no one's bothering them. It's time for layer actions.
Layer, give me advantage on all attacks from here on out. I
Can
need
the
it.
lair
Sure.
take pity on us?
Yeah, definitely. Sebasir, this one's for you. Does a 15 hit your AC?
Fortunately, it does.
So you take 12 piercing damage as these thorns animate from the side of the building and rack your body. Kills.
I'm gonna move over here just to. Oh, hey, there's the other Mortys. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna shoot this one with my crossbow.
Okay.
Hoping against all hope that I can hit it. I can't.
No. It has 3 HPs left.
Alright. Skitter's gonna get over here. He's gonna try to be a good boy and hit it.
Okay, this one.
The one we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the
why I
one we
marked
did.
them with tokens, yeah.
Unless, actually, Sebasir, if you. This only has 3 health. If you want to try to finish that off, I'll start chipping away at these other ones.
The one way up here?
Yeah, we got.
Number
if we want to
5.
get rid of the blessing fully,
this-
we gotta kill 9 of them. Yeah.
Oh,
So
right.
I'll leave that to either Sebasir or Halfred, and Skitter's gonna shoot number 6.
Okay.
Because if he does hit, that's a lot of wasted damage. I think, yeah, it's 17, I believe.
17.
Yep. Alright. 17 force damage.
1 HP remains.
Okay, but you know what? I would have felt worse if I did that on something with 3 HP. So that's not a complete waste.
Okay.
That's all I can do.
Sebasir.
Yeah. Roll 20 being weird. Can I?
It is.
Well, I would have to step over to see Luzrak. So he's gonna step here. See Luzrak having his pity party. And I am going to cast. See, where's Hagrid? Hagrid. What?
Right
He's
below you.
right below you.
Half
Right.
grade.
Okay.
It's half grade, sir.
Okay, so I am going to cast Bless on
Okay.
myself, Luzrak, and her.
Okay, the 10 HP, temp HP is gone then. And you can
And-
mark your tokens with the little D4.
And then I am going to take quick spell, Ray of Frost, that.
Okay.
Did you cast Bless?
Yes.
Hashtag.
Lazar would lose his
Yes, he did.
that other
Yeah.
spell he was.
Yeah,
okay.
the 10 HP, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ray of Frost.
That hits. Zap.
Alright. So that's 4 down here. Venjo and Pebble, how many did you destroy up there where you guys are?
5.
None.
It's 5.
I've
5
destroyed
total?
none.
Okay. Oh. I thought you destroyed 1.
Having a peek.
Okay, 5 destroyed.
That's why I'm marking them with numbered tokens. Half great.
Haver's gonna 30. That's in range of 30 feet, so she's gonna throw a javelin at number 6.
Okay.
I'm actually not sure how many javelins she has on her person, but
Usually 5.
well, that's a miss.
13 will not connect.
Okay.
But she's blessed.
Oh yeah, that's right. 13, 14, 15. If I roll a 4, she gets it. Roll to okay.
Oof.
Nope. But she does get 5 more healing, so there's that.
Yep. So these cultists, seeing that you are clearly doing things with the runestone because they have dark vision, are going to come over here. It's
Okay.
going to say, Sir, you have to stop doing that to the runestones.
Yeah. Sorry, I lost my invitation. I think it's inside one of the stones. Can you help me look for it?
And pebbles.
Move up here to flank with the rock.
Okay.
Hey, that's perfect.
Someone playing with a guitar.
I think, Masters, was that you?
No.
Okay. Who broke out the guitar?
Oh, no,
So,
I'm
16 HP. It has 2 HP left. Okay. Venjo.
Venjo's going to smack the rock. Goodness.
Yes, that's a crit.
About daggum time.
More than 2 HP. So 6 destroyed. That hits.
I have happy tears right now.
Okay. It has 10 HP.
My rolls
left.
are back.
Yes. There you go. 3 HP left.
Didn't you say he gets a Slayer?
Yeah, did you say I could have Slayer?
Yes, you could have Slayer. It's gone.
6 destroyed.
Happy Venjo.
7. 7
Oh,
destroyed.
7? Oh, 7
7.
destroyed.
Yes, I
Okay.
just destroyed 2.
Yep.
The
He
assistance
destroyed
of...
number 7.
That's it. That's
Sorry.
all.
Yep. God, guys. This cultist is going to come over here and he's going to Say, like, sir, you have to step away from the runestones. No one can disrupt the runestones. They're very important. Lezrak.
I just lost my glasses. Just help me look for them.
This is me right now.
Okay, let's take a look. Let's see what's up. Oh god.
Nice.
I'm gonna try and break down the door again.
Okay, DC is 20 athletics.
I believe.
You do so.
Yeah.
And now let the clusterfuck begin.
I believe in you, Lezrak. You can take him.
Anything else?
I move up here.
Okay,
Oh, you're going. Okay.
this cultist is just gonna look at everyone and look at you and go like, well,
I
all
heard
right.
There was a wedding.
Yes, but Gearforged, we're not invited, servant of Rava. And
Yeah.
I am going to need a DC 11 Wisdom save.
2, 4.
Yep,
Fuck.
you are
Hmm.
paralyzed.
That.
This guy's gonna move up.
Oh no.
He's gonna take his 2 attacks with advantage. He's gonna miss.
Man.
Berserker's gonna come up.
Double advantage.
4.
24.
14 slashing. This guy's gonna move up. He's not gonna hit. This vampire thrall is gonna come over here. And she's gonna say, ah, yes, excellent. Kill that fool. And then she's gonna go in the blood. This cultist is gonna step up. Nope. Come on, cult fanatic. Not gonna hit. Chessa's gonna turn around and say, deal with that. I am trying to get married. School's gonna move up. Kalaya.
That's a crit.
Yep, so I need a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
Are we paralyzed?
Again! So you make it.
So 12 damage.
Goran's gonna turn around and say, with his mouth full, yes, deal with that.
Oh, can Lezrak see the bear folk?
Yes, you can see it is a bear folk with white fur.
It's Orion! Or one of his fellow tribesmen from the Shadow Realm.
So it's time for a layer action.
Do it.
It's going to be Unbalancing Terror. Wait, so let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Lazaruk's already paralyzed.
So, it just does nothing.
Well, he gets disadvantage on the dexterity saving throw.
Me?
Yeah? And you're prone and paralyzed.
Okay.
Siles!
If I hear the sounds of fighting from behind, I'll yell to Zebasir.
Go help Lozrak unleash the power of 1,000 suns! And hopefully alluding to using the vial of sunlight. And then I'm gonna cast Shatter on this point here, which should also hit that stone, which the stone is vulnerable to that form of magic.
Yep.
So, boop. Yeah. 12. That's 6 on a successful save.
Okay, so there are no saves, so I'm just gonna roll a straight d20.
Does the rocket?
It did not make it.
And it's vulnerable to it, so does that blow up? Yay! 8 destroyed. And how about these Mortys up here? How are they looking?
They're looking quite terrified because they're trying to tell you not to do this.
Oh, I did it in range of them too. It's a 10-foot radius
Oh,
for Shatter.
in that case. Come on, Morty.
No, don't come on, Morty.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they're both dead.
Yay!
I'm tired of them going through initiative, not doing anything.
All right. And then Skitters is gonna move up and shoot rock number 6.
Okay. 1 HP left.
Skitters, come on, be a good boy.
Yeah, those guys were literally
Yeah!
put in there in case we got the names right, right?
Yep. And then they were gonna help you.
Skitters, you are a real boy.
And it says target destroyed.
That's 9 rocks. That's 9 stones destroyed.
Yes, it is. So all the divine protection is gone.
Hey, if any Valkyries are watching, now would be a good time to swoop in.
So, as you say this,
Yay!
we are going to replace this woman with this.
Oh, half
As
grid?
Half-Grid is empowered.
Oh. She was a Valkyrie the whole time?
All the Huldra are worthy of becoming Valkyries.
Oh.
So you can use that token instead of her for now.
Is there another character sheet for that one?
Shift, click, right?
Yep.
Valkyrie. Okay.
Yep.
There you go.
Shift, double click on the Valkyrie.
I have it open. Okay.
I believe she gets some legendary actions.
So I
too
scrolled
now.
down really fast, and Bane and Bless blended together, and I thought it said bees.
Bees! That's a bad spell. Okay, anything else?
That's all Sal's is doing.
So is there any indication that all the 9 that we needed have been destroyed?
Yes. As you can hear, tormented cries from inside and outrage.
Cool.
And some sounds like someone's beating on a toaster too.
I just caught that.
This berserker's going to move up.
Looks like somebody's- Wow, that one took me a second too. Oh.
25.
God.
Sebasir.
Well, Sebasir is gonna follow Luzrak inside. And how far did? Oh, wow.
I was not lying about the clusterfuck.
Just went.
Don't worry, just release me.
That's 5 feet. Hold on, can I even move that far? 10, 15, 20. Yeah, Sebasir is not that fast. But to here. And we're going to activate the Vial of Sunlight.
Okay. So how far out does that go?
20. Was it 20? Let me pull
Or is
that
it
back
40?
up. Input value thing. Okay. Oh! And I lost it again.
Well, easy come, easy go.
No, I thought I had it minimized.
30-foot
but
radius.
I hit 30.
30-foot radius. Okay.
An additional dim for another 30 feet. 60 total.
Okay. So, what do they need to do? What's safe?
I think it is my spellcaster DC.
Nope, it's always
Nope.
the spellcaster DC of the item.
Oh,
It just says that they're uncomfortable by it because it is pure sunlight.
Okay. Yes. So this creature, the Thrall, and this creature, the Thrall, are uncomfortable because of the pure sunlight, so they'll have disadvantage on attacks. But Sebasir, tell me about your race. Do Shadow Elves like light?
we really don't. Well,
Yep. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
so-
put that little thing on you too.
Someone didn't think this through.
It's okay.
story of my life.
Anything else?
Nope, that'll do it.
Valkyrie turn.
Bear with me here. This is a whole bunch of new information for me, but she is gonna dash 30 and
Okay.
dash 60, and she will use a legendary action to cast. She can only use a legendary action to cast a cantrip from her at. Oh, one spell. Okay.
Legendary actions can only be done at the end of a creature's turn.
Right, well, she dashed to get here, so that's all of her movement.
Okay.
So she can't do anything else.
Alright.
So she will cast Sacred Flame on. What's the yellow on these people mean?
That means they're uncomfortable by the sunlight. So
They
they're
have
gonna get
disadvantage.
disadvantage on stuff.
Alright, I'll cast Sacred Flame on that one to the left.
Okay.
That's, yeah. Alright. Dex save for her, 16.
Yes.
And then
Wait,
a
what
lot
level
of
is
these.
she?
She is
Paladin's rating
CR
11.
11.
about.
Her caster level is.
It doesn't say her. She says she has an 8 spellcasting ability wisdom. It doesn't say her actual level.
Oh,
though,
it
I
doesn't.
don't think.
Her spellcasting level is not programmed in. Hang on, this is a mistake of Roll20. She is 15 hit die, so I'm gonna make her a 15th level caster.
That means that
And
she
her-
gets 2 more d8s.
Yeah,
Mhm. And her spellcasting modifier
it's
is
wisdom.
Wisdom, so it's 4. And it's going to be. Her DC is 15 or 14? 16.
6.
So I
Yeah.
have to program that in too. See, they don't even know how to do their own paperwork. It's a good thing I learned how. Try that again.
Okay. Wait, that DC
32.
30.
Okay, hang on.
We all
Good
take
luck.
it.
Hang on. Hang on.
For a whole 7 damage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Try it one more time. There we go.
Hey.
Okay, so 10
Now it's
DC 16 for 10 radi on her.
Yep. All right. Hang on. Dex.
Okay,
So-
so she'll take 10 radiant, and if she's vulnerable to the radiant, I'm assuming.
Oh yes.
All right, and then that was her legendary action, and then I'm just gonna link this for any living creature within 60 feet of the Valkyrie. They have to make a DC 16 Christmas saving throw on their turn or be frightened for 1d4 rounds.
Okay.
And I believe for 60 feet, that would be just about all the living people here.
Yep. So, bear with me, because these charisma saves are pretty bad. I'm going to say that group failed. I'm going to say that group succeeded. And these are not living creatures, so they will not roll. Ooh. And this is also uncomfortable. Does not like light. Does not like light. Does not like light. Oh, let's see. And he's unsettling. Just unsettling, not feared.
No, it says frightened. Christmas
Okay.
succeed or be frightened. Those who succeed are immune to the effect. So anyone who failed is frightened.
Yep. They're going to run. Thrall sees sunlight. It's going to try to get away. The ghouls are going to start moving to the sides. Kenneth is going to start shouting at the procession, saying, "Stop them, you fools! The ceremony isn't over yet." Dead. Pebbles.
Pebbles will. Oh, she moved closer to the door? Perfect. That's just nice.
They're trying to move away from the sunlight.
Yeah. But what they're going to really move into is a nice rapier.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's see. She's like partially blinded. Could I stealth up behind them?
You could if the door wasn't closed and locked.
Well. Okay.
Are you going ghost?
I can't go ghost and get sneak attack. So what I will do is, let's see. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so I'm gonna move up here and I'm gonna hide as my bonus action.
Yeah.
And then I'm going. Oh no. Sorry, I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to
Okay.
ghost, and then activate the dagger of venom.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. Benjo.
Is there a way for Vinjo to squeeze through this door?
No.
Alright, and athletics.
Yep. DC 20.
Okay. Bummer.
Mhm. But these three had the key on them for this door.
Oh. Was it my action to try and kick the door down?
Yes.
Okay. I shall move there and end my turn.
Okay. But you can get the key now. free item interaction. This ghoul does not want to go into the light. Cult Fanatic is frightened. Remember, you have grace points in case you want to be rescued.
He's
gonna move
not.
up.
He's not down yet.
Let's see. $15 will not connect. Lezrek. First of all, we need that DC 11 Wisdom saving throw. Nope, still paralyzed.
D4.
D4. Nope, still paralyzed.
Love this
Thought
game.
it was DC 10.
Nope, that's for the ghoul.
Ah.
This is for the hold person. He
Oh,
succeeded.
hold person.
Yep.
Can I second wind?
I believe so.
Doesn't say I have to like verbal,
Hang on.
somatic, or material.
Let me look at paralyze.
Oh, I'm incapacitated.
Yeah, incapacitated.
Can't take actions or reactions. Actions plural means actions and bonus actions, right?
Correct.
Okay.
This guy is gonna move away. You know, if Roll20 lets me. This guy's gonna move away. This guy's gonna continue thwacking. 17 will not connect. Thwack. Or not. Or yes. 23.
Since I'm paralyzed, every hit is considered a critical.
Correct.
So the 23 will crit.
2.
I am down.
Vampire Thrall will try to get away. Cult Fanatic needs to run. Chessa will call back, "You fools! There's only one of them!" This one's gonna try to get away. Goran is also displeased. It's their action time. Let's see. It's gonna be Pebbles. Does a 16 hit?
Reaction, add +1 to AC.
Okay. Thorn is deflected. Siles.
Styles good. Would it be an action to check if the key was on one of these guys, or would that be a free skill check?
It's a free skill check because it's on their belt.
Okay.
They were the
Can I
side
grab it
door
as a free
guards.
action?
You can.
Alright, I'll grab it as a free action. Wait, hold on. I have to move back a little bit so I can see Skitters. Skitters is gonna come up and shoot that. Oh, the Morty disappeared.
Yes, because I forgot he was there,
Oh, okay.
and I erased him from turn order. He's a CR-18.
Alright, in that case, I'll go 5, 10, 15. It's free action to grab the key. 15, 20, 25. And I'll dash to get up to the door.
Okay.
And I will open that on my turn, but I'll get Skitters up next to me to be in the ready.
Okay.
In fact, since Skitters isn't using... Nah, actually, that doesn't really count. Okay. That will be Styles' turn.
Alright. Berserker. Gonna come up to Sebasir, and he has advantage, even without Reckless. Sebasir's in light. 20.
Yep, that hit.
13 damage. So I'm gonna need a
And-
Constitution saving throw on Bless. Yep. So Sebasir's turn.
15 damage. The damage is. Oh, God. Well, that's not good. Okay. Ooh. Oh, God. Wait. There are no good options here. Um.
You may choose to disengage, and you may spend a grace point or two to rescue Luzrak.
What I'm gonna do is I am going to Misty Step.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm gonna just poison spray him first.
Okay.
Wait, is using a grace point an action?
Nope.
Okay.
It did not roll. Okay, he fails. You spray him with poison in the face.
I'm gonna Misty Step back behind. Well, 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh. Ah, okay, yep. Misty Step this way as a bonus action. The one
Okay.
time I can do it. And then I am going to use one of our grace points to rescue Luzrak.
Okay. So, Huldra, you're gonna go up here. Pull back. So, when someone gets rescued, do you want them to leave the area, or do you want them to stay on the temple grounds?
Oh, Luzrak's staying.
Okay. You still have a free item interaction. If you wish to close the doors.
Was that a Hagris token you moved?
Yep.
Okay. If you don't, Hagris at full health, ready to go. She's going right after you.
Mm-hmm.
I still have some protection.
Wait, isn't there a grace point you can do that reses me and gives me like 30 health or something?
There is one that gives you advantage for 3 creatures, and there's one that rescues you. Let's take a look at the rescue one again. And I'm looking at the module because unfortunately,
Yeah, I tried scrolling up, but we've done too many rolls.
that's okay. Huldra leap into action, pull the character back up to 30 feet, avoiding danger and attacks from opportunity. Character regains 1 hit point for each grace point spent. And you spent 1, so Luzrak is at 1.
Okay.
Am I still paralyzed?
Yes, the person was still concentrating on it.
Got it.
Okay. And once at the end of Sebasir's turn, I would like to use a legendary action.
Okay.
I'll leave the door open
Okay.
and I'll end my turn.
Yep.
All right. Lozrak still paralyzed and all that.
Yes.
Mhm.
I like to cast Freedom of Movement on him as my
Okay.
legendary action.
Yep.
And then, surprisingly, she doesn't get multi-attacks. She just gets a regular one, so she's gonna get on in there. Right here and cut at this guy.
Okay.
Hmm.
13 hits.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's a berserker.
11 radiant.
Okay. And that's why she doesn't get multi-attacks.
Wait a minute. Shouldn't she also get the sword attack?
That is a sword attack.
The Valkyrie's weapon attacks are magical. When she hits with any weapon, it does an extra 2d10 damage included in the attacks listed. So that's just the 2d10.
Huh. Guess what? Roll 20 messed it up. Hang on. Okay. I fixed it. Six damage plus 15 radiant because it rolled the d10 for two-handed.
Gotcha. Looking at the one-handed one, doesn't look like it even has the radiant one in there.
No, it doesn't, and I'm going to fix that one now too. This is what I paid for, guys.
Oh no.
Does she get the +4? Well, 'cause that's
Oh
just
yeah, she does.
6. That's
Yep.
25 damage.
Okay. Alrighty. Now it's her turn. Or she just did her turn.
So she hit the guy for what, 25? Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
25.
Alright, is he still standing after 25?
He is.
Okay. Well, that's fine. He knows she's there.
Kness is becoming impatient because the interlopers have not been dealt with. And now he sees a Valkyrie who was not supposed to find the place because of the runestones. And the skull. No good. Pebbles.
Okay, I will. Finally, I will move through. I will stealth through this wall.
Okay.
15. Probably say 15. Oh wait, don't I
25.
still have
Yep.
25? Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm gonna move up
Sorry.
here
Yep, you still got
and
it.
stab this lady first.
This lady. Okay.
If she's a lady, I don't know.
She is a lady. She's every inch a lady.
Oh.
Ah,
So now, Bramble, I have a question.
Yes.
Is my sneak attack damage radiant or piercing? Because my Move rapier does both radiant and piercing.
I believe it is piercing because the extra damage on the moon
It's the
steel.
main damage type of it, yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's
she
main.
takes a total of 30 damage.
Okay.
And I will strike the cultist next to her with my dagger of venom as my
Okay.
bonus action. So -4 to the base damage, but he needs to make a con save. If that would have hit.
Missed by 1.
Phase back through the wall.
Okay.
They can attack me if they want.
After Pebble's turn, can I take another legendary action to attack this guy next to me?
That was the wrong thing.
Alright, I will do so.
Right. Nope, just one. Just one dagger. I said 1. 9.
He misses.
14.
Also misses.
Okay. So which one? This guy?
Yeah, I did 22 to this guy down here.
Okay, he's nearly dead.
Oh, and Bramble, she's vulnerable to radiant damage, right? Would you want me to roll another d6?
Yes.
Another 2 damage.
Okay.
Oh, and since I didn't do whales, I'll do whales on. I'll do it on the cultist. Or no.
Okay.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
cultist next turn. That's fine. So much damage.
Alright.
And that's it.
Alrighty. Venjo.
Vinjo is going to take the key, unlock the door, and open the door.
Okay.
The fun has arrived! Alright, and to the ghoul is going to... Do I have advantage against him since he's in sunlight?
He was standing in sunlight, but he's not in sunlight now.
Okay. So no advantage.
He has 12 AC. He has less AC than the rock.
Good to know.
That hits, and he is undead.
Attack him again.
That hits, definitely.
Player damage on this one.
He is dead.
And last hit for the lady.
That hits. She has 12 AC.
Is my turn.
Okay. This school is going to go there and lie in wait. Cult fanatic is frightened. So he's going to... Yeah, he's going to flee. So if you want that attack of opportunity, you can take it, guys.
Utter belief.
Nine will not connect.
Too focused on the undead to worry about the not undead.
Just stab him in the ankles as he goes out. Alright. Berserker. Move up to Birdie Lady. $15 will... Oh, nope, 24.
24
is
will
flanking.
be good.
7 slashing.
No, it's not.
Lezrak. I'm gonna need that DC 11.
Well, I casted freedom of movement on him.
Oh, that's right. Yep. He's good.
Mm-hmm.
We're good.
I'm gonna get up. Second wind.
Okay.
10 health. 11. I'm gonna run up and slash it
Okay.
after I get up.
Minimum damage will kill him.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. Cult fanatic. Gonna run. Cult fanatic. Gonna run.
Oh, right. I've already used mine. Darn it.
It's okay.
I got excited.
Flashing away.
This guy starts swinging.
This one's gonna step up. Attack Valkyrie with Reckless. 18.
That hits.
8 slashing. Berserker.
After that creature's turn, can I use my last legendary action to attack?
Yes.
Let's see. Oh, let's say the guy who just hit me.
Okay.
Because fuck that guy in particular.
Alright. It hits.
27.
$28. And you will take 14.
Yep. Got it.
Vampire Thrall. Is not pleased. She's gonna move there. Cult Fanatic is going to open these doors and flee.
Hi!
And he's gonna try to remember that.
I don't have good opportunity attacks. He can be spared.
And Chessa's going to say, "What is going on?" She turns around and sees that man. He's wearing our tabard. He's attacking our people. What is this?
We're the Wedding Crashers!
And this school's gonna go up to Benjo. Several billion things. 16.
First hit.
8 slashing and a DC. Yep, there you go. Goran will turn around, his mouth filled with blood, and say, the peasants are here. How dreadful. It's time for lair actions, and after this, I think we're gonna call it for the night. We're gonna do Unbalancing Terror, and we're gonna do it on... Lezrak.
I'll pass one of them one of these days.
You
There
did.
you go.
Alright, guys, I think we're gonna call it here.
Okay.
We are mid-peril.
Very much so.
I was so convinced that by the 1 hour mark, everything in this place would be dead. I was going like, there's no way. It's gonna end up exactly like the other thing, where they just mow over everything. And it was just like,
Benjo
I'm
can't
going
hit
to say the
targets
worst
that
part
don't
of
move.
this. Yes, the worst part of the session was you couldn't break rocks.
Hey, that's the best part because I got a free inspiration out of that.
I also bungled the infiltration.
I
Well,
wish
I
could
did-
do any wisdom save my life.
Every session, I quizzed you. Every
I'm
session,
not
I
blaming
tried.
you. Not blaming
know.
you.
I
Hey, but
still
that-
think it.
That's our style, though. You know, we're the
It
type of
is.
people to rush in and just kill everything. You know.
It works so well up until now. I
And
want
it's
you
not
to know.
going that bad.
No, it isn't. It isn't. I want you to know that I didn't adjust any of the CRs. This is completely how they intended, and they did set a limit of 2 hours. So, very quickly, let's start with Iron and do best and worst.
The worst was momentarily forgetting the sunlight sensitivity thing. That was a mistake. Hard to pinpoint what a best was. This whole combat was a lot of fun, and still is.
Good, good. I can tell you if you had any Dampier in the party still, if they had drunk from these pools, they would have gotten hasted for free.
Oh.
So, Corey, best and worst.
Oh, best is I love big fights. They're nice. Worst is rolling dice hurts.
It does.
It hurts my soul on a very deep level. But tis the will of the dice. But yeah, everything's great.
Okay. Lander, best and worst.
Combat's always good, but just so many enemies.
There is.
It's a lot. But I think the best part is always just the RP we have. It's a lot of fun and funny moments that we have during the sessions.
Yes, especially that old couple you've now integrated into every instance.
They gotta get back on their investment that they
Hey,
lost.
You just bring up some situations where I can just infuse them into it, so it's great.
Yes. I will tell you this. If you had used the holy robes where you were standing, it would have taken care of more than half of them.
Yeah, could I have action surge to use that? Because I'm pretty sure action surge is used an
Yes.
attack.
You could have.
No, action surge, you get an action.
I thought
Yeah.
it was like a melee attack.
No,
it's
it's
an
that you
action.
give yourself a free action.
I'm retarded.
You're
No,
thinking
you're
of
not.
haste. Haste
Yeah.
is the one where you gain only an
The
attack,
attack.
dash, and something else.
That's why action surge is so good. Alright, Masters, best and worst.
best was don't know.
Oh no.
I mean, I enjoy combat. Didn't get to do much of it this time because I was playing with the stupid rocks, which is the worst. Yeah,
were
I
magic
enjoy our
rocks.
banter.
Yep, it's always good. Mike,
I was
best and
I was
worst.
mostly focused on other things.
Sorry, I really do apologize about the whole situation with your computer.
There
I do
you-
sympathize.
It's not a problem. No, I mean, besides rocking, I did enjoy the secondary objective. Kind of add something else besides just attacking to actually have another goal and something else to work towards. I thought was nice and fun. Bad besides Roll20 not making the Valkyrie well, because I just realized now it lists every spell as at will and doesn't even have all the spells that are listed in her spell casting.
That's what I go through every time I prep. Yep.
Yeah, there's
Shouldn't have to deal with that much longer. Yay!
I hope not.
She doesn't have Revivify on her spell list or some other stuff, but mainly was me just bungling that infiltration even after trying to go through their names. That just hurt.
Don't worry. Plenty of good times ahead. Even if you lose, it becomes Icewind Dale.
Yeah. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. It was definitely fun. It was just that definitely was a low blow for me personally.
Don't worry. There's still plenty of time.
Yeah, how are
go-
you doing that now that we're not doing the timer? Like, are we just having our own internal countdown?
I'm gonna say a half an hour has passed at this point. So it's an hour and a half left.
Okay.
I think that will be fair. And then by the time you'll get to the bosses, it'll probably be an hour. Alright. I hope you all have a wonderful night. We'll conclude things next session, and then after that we'll take a brief hiatus so I can learn the new virtual tabletop method.
You'll be excited to know that I did figure out the port forwarding thing.
Good. I look forward to looking at that and your answer.
Hey, Leander.
Yeah.
You want to do? Are you planning on doing like little sessions in between
What do you mean, little session? Oh yeah, I could do something.
on the hiatus?
Yeah.
That'd be super duper cool.
On Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
At
I
the same
could
time
do.
we'd be doing this.
Yeah,
So that way
sure.
Bramble can learn his thing.
I could set something up. If it's this group, I could do anything actually. I have a new campaign I was planning, so there could be a few things there.
That'd be super cool.
Test out some things for me.
Yay. I would love to get to play.
Oh. You may not be able to play this one shot, but I'll make it happen.
Oh, okay. Don't worry about it.
Because
Don't
you're in my
do that,
you're in my 2 annihilation game, so I can't do that because that's the story you guys are gonna do.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
If you don't
But,
want, if
I'll
you don't
figure
want me to do it, that's fine. I can just abstain.
No, you gotta play.
No,
Yeah.
it's more important that other people get to play.
No, that's fine. I'll make something new.
That is
I have a
not
couple of
true.
weeks.
No
You get to play
worries.
as well, Bramble.
You won't be the forever DM, okay?
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
D-
I want to play my crazy Dragonborn fighter again.
Aw.
Oh man.
Oh, Corey, you should run. You should run during the hiatus.
I could. It'd be like the second time I've ever done it.
Yeah, that would be a great idea.
You've only run twice?
I've only run once.
Wasn't that the one shot that one time?
Yeah, with
I think it was the turtle.
Tony, you. It was like a year ago. I don't even
I think,
remember.
like Squally or Crowley was there or something like that.
Yeah, I can get with Rigo and Quaid and get some help on that. But yeah,
Yeah, that would be good. Now we have options and stuff during the hiatus.
yeah, that way we're not being sad on Thursdays.
True.
Well,
I think I volunteered before 2 ones are put out there. I'm also happy to DM one shots if anyone wants.
Oh, thank you,
rotate
Mike.
it out. Yeah, of course.
yeah, I just don't want to saddle anyone while I do
No,
this.
it'll always be fun. It's D&D. It's not saddling anyone with anything.
Okay. I hope
I
you
wouldn't
all
say-
have. Go ahead.
Sorry,
Go
I
ahead.
wouldn't say I'm good at it, but I mean, I can at least say I have run before now.
I wouldn't
It's
say I'm
true.
good
He
at it
almost
either,
killed
but-
us. He almost TPK'd us.
No, that's half the fun. It's always cool to see different styles, so if we do want to do something like a round robin like that, well, in hiatus, I'd be open to it.
No problem. It won't be more than a month for certain, and even if it runs towards next year and I pick it up again in January, I'll still be that much more fluent with the new program.
Yeah, because we got the holidays coming up, so I'm gonna be taking leave and going back home. So, I'll get with you. I believe so. It's like in like November when I'm not gonna be here, but I think we'll be on hiatus during that time. So,
No problem. I hope you all have a wonderful night.
You too. Thank
And
you for running.
thank you for running, sir.
No problem.
As always.
Remember, they wanted this all done in 2 hours.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I
Biggest
feel like if we had gotten in, we might have been able to make shorter work of it, but it is what it is.
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
That many enemies,
Yeah,
turn economy takes way longer.
It
it
does.
does.
It's
It does, but
it's
we would have had a more concentrated area of light explosions, I think.
So what they expected
Yeah.
is for the person to go down the main aisle, use the holy robes, zap everyone, and then just do the boss battles. That's what they expected.
We did try. We were trying to do that,
Yes.
and we did get most of the stones down by the time he got in there.
Don't worry, guys. It could still go either way.
Honestly, I'm not worried about us. I mean, like I said, if we even start an hour and a half, I'm not worried about us really losing at this point, because once we all concentrate in this middle area, it's just rushing the bosses.
Who knows? Maybe you'll serve the Ghoul Empire again, Corey.
Oh no!
they don't have a body to convert into a.
Well, we know that someone took his old body.
That's true.
Transport my
Bah,
fucking my
bah.
soul back into it.
Which presumably
Yes.
was Bernard. Can I make one quick check to see if it looks like Orion's on the table or if it was one of his kinsmen?
Sure,
Do I have to roll or can I just look?
you can roll. It's fine.
Okay.
Perception.
Okay. Flash of Genius for 16.
Okay. So from your vantage point, all bears look the same.
Okay, fair enough.
To be fair, you do have half a wall and 2 pillars in the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not disputing it. I just give it fair. I see if someone we knew.
It might be.
It could be.
Yep. Have a good night, guys.
Later.
See ya.
Good night.